Regardless of what local news coverage looks like now and how reactionary it is, by the way, it unfortunately plays no role. And people still value local news as the most trusted institution in the media.
How are the Democrats doing in the midterms right now? The polling.
They're doing all right.
It's not going to be as bad as we thought?
Well, yeah, no, not even remotely.
Are we thinking we're going to lose one of the
A lot better in the Senate, but who knows what's going to happen in the House of Representatives.
You think we could lose both the chambers?
O'Keefe,
we'll see.
Who's covering a Senate debate in Ohio, happened last night, and Ed, it got it heated with Republican J.D. Vance and Democrat Tim Ryan, both on the attack.
It sure did, Tony. Good morning. The race to fill an open Senate seat in the Buckeye State is among one of the closest this year, making televised debates like the one last night an even bigger deal as they could tip the scales in either direction. The debate got feisty quickly on the economy, the opioid crisis, crime, how to deal with China, and political extremism. How to deal with China. Ryan accused Vance of being too cozy with former President Donald Trump, while Vance says that Ryan's voting record lines him up with President Biden and congressional Democrats most of the time. Those attacks are to be expected, but this exchange on abortion got especially personal when talking about the case of a 10-year-old Ohio girl who had to go to Indiana for abortion services due to Ohio's 6-week abortion ban that was in effect at the time.
If you get raped, J.D. Vance and others are going to say you have to have that baby. State-mandated pregnancies for a rape victim? That is so far out of the mainstream, it's not even funny.
That poor girl was raped by an illegal alien, somebody that should have never been in this state in the first place. You voted so many times against border wall funding, so many times for amnesty, Tim. If you had done your job, she would have never been raped in the first place.
That exchange and last night's debate overall is emblematic of what our battleground tracker has shown. Abortion is a driving topic for Democratic voters, and Republicans like Vance are trying to keep the focus on crime, immigration, and the economy.
Like, the most effective counter to that, by the way, is literally to say, oh, that's really interesting. So what happens when rape happens between natural-born U.S. citizens?
Oh, my God.
Does that change your fucking narrative? Like, that is such a psychotic counter, dude. Like, what do you think? Rape doesn't happen? Rape doesn't happen among, like, people who are familiar with one another? As a matter of fact, statistically speaking, that's more likely when rape happens. Also, it doesn't even matter because, like, that narrative is so fucking devastatingly bad. It's so incredibly fucking bad for polling. It's so bad for polling. It does not work. It is not a successful narrative at all. And that's why so many of these candidates have actually reversed their statements on abortion, like almost to a 180, direct 180.
Fires up his conservative base. And remember, in Ohio, early in-person voting begins tomorrow. So
I'm talking about
voting.
abortion
so a
in
contentious
Ohio.
debate like last night could be fresh on voters' minds. Tony, now more than 15 states by the end of this week will be voting early.
America's restrictive abortion policies are incredibly unpopular, which is why the midterm elections actually swung from, like, Republicans are going to win the House and the Senate to actually Republicans might not even win the fucking... Republicans don't look as likely as winning the Senate and might not even win the House. That's what it turned into.
Okay. I cannot wait for the Republicans to get their fucking asses kicked in the midterm.
I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter because women still had their rights basically removed, especially in red states. But
it just shows, Jack, that democracy works.
Election.
No, it doesn't. It literally doesn't work.
Just 28 days away.
That's a big learning thing.
Contrasting policies and contrasting characters for voters to sort through. Ed, thank you very much. For now, we're going to turn to the upcoming election.
Republicans are still favored to win the House, yes. Republicans are still, unfortunately, favored to win the House.
538's never been a reliable source that I've ever depended on.
You're a lib. 538 is your Bible. The fuck do you mean?
Look, there's still a chance.
Senate races that could decide who controls Congress come January. Ed O'Keefe is tracking the Senate debate in Ohio. But first, we're going to go to Nicole Killian in Atlanta, where Senate candidate Herschel Walker is getting help today from two notable Republican senators. Nicole, good morning to you. What are we learning?
Hey, good morning.
Wait, I want to see more of this debate moment, actually.
A few weeks ago in Youngstown, on the stage, Donald Trump said to J.D. Vance, all you do is kiss my ass to get my support. After Trump took J.D. Vance's dignity from him on the stage in Youngstown, J.D. Vance got back up on stage and started shaking his hand, take a picture, saying, hey, aren't we having a great time here tonight? I don't know anybody I grew up with. I don't know anybody I went to high school with that would allow somebody to take their dignity like that and then get back up on stage. Just a few weeks ago in Youngstown, on the stage, Donald Trump.
That's pretty good. Now, of course, I'm not the biggest fan of Tim Ryan, but obviously J.D. Vance is like way worse than most. So I don't know why the audio was like that.
Herschel Walker. By the way, dude, I just learned that Christian
you don't know about Herschel Walker? Christian Walker's dad?
I had no idea Christian Walker was related to Herschel Walker. I didn't know that was the relation. I found that out just recently.
All right, well, watch this.
Morning to you, Tony. And this is all about trying to shore up the candidacy of Herschel Walker in what is arguably one of the most pivotal Senate races to decide control of Congress. Senators Rick Scott of Florida and Tom Cotton of Arkansas will appear with the embattled Senate Republican candidate in a campaign stop here outside of Atlanta today. Walker, who says he supports an abortion ban without exceptions, has been dogged by allegations that he paid for an ex-girlfriend's abortion more than a decade ago. He has denied those allegations. In a statement, Senator Rick Scott, also chairs the campaign arm for Senate Republicans, said that he is on Herschel's team and is proud to stand with him. Of course, this all comes as the former football star is set to debate Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock later this week. Tony?
That is going to be fucking awesome.
That's going to be great.
Herschel Walker is
it live?
Yeah, Herschel Walker is incapable of crafting sentences, okay?
That's going to be so much fun.
Are you going to watch it? Fuck yeah, I'm going to watch it. Are you kidding me?
On? Oh, that's going to be great. I love debate. I love it.
In my opinion, the biggest attack of the night, Ryan attacks Vance on his anti-drug nonprofit.
You know what I haven't done? I didn't start a fake nonprofit pretending like I was going to help people with addiction like J.D. Vance did. Literally started a nonprofit and didn't spend one nickel on anybody. In fact, he brought in somebody from Purdue Pharma to be the spokesperson for the nonprofit. The same drug company,
that's
Big Pharma, the big drug
company
that had all the pill mills going, got everybody addicted. 1 million people died, JD. 1 million people died. And you started a nonprofit to try to take advantage of people in Ohio. And you know what? All you did with it was launch your political career. His campaign manager worked for that nonprofit. He ran a poll to check his own standing from that nonprofit. I'm not going to take a backseat to you or anybody else on fentanyl, drugs, or immigration or anything else. Somebody that, you know what I have?
Absolutely fucking rolled, cumstered and dumpstered. That's actually, Tim Ryan has no charisma, yes, but doesn't really matter. Neither does J.D. Vance, okay? That's how it is.
Still that close?
What? 46 to 43%? That's pretty good, man. It's Ohio. Ohio is like deep red now. We're talking about a deep red state with a fucking, centrist blue senator. That's crazy.
Oh.
It goes to show it's half of the reason is because the abortion stuff really cooked them. Okay? It really, really cooked them. Like it pissed people off to a degree where, it pissed a lot of people off where they were like, okay, well, you've gone way too far. Because conservative women also get abortions.
True.
Anyway, but Tim Ryan also is like a very centrist guy, for the record. Like, he is a super centrist guy. So it's not like he's this incredible beacon of hope and prosperity or anything like that. What else does he have? Oh, the dignity thing that we saw already.
It's your water.
No, it's yours.
Okay. More people, cured more. America's a great place, right? This country has fed more people, clothed more people, cured more people, and liberated more people than all the other countries in the world combined. And we have to rebuild the great American middle class. Agreed. Ohio has always led the way. We've got great things happening in Ohio. But I met a woman in...
Don't forget, Sherrod Brown is the only statewide Dem since 2011, which leads me to believe that, yes, a more progressive candidate could technically win in Ohio, because Sherrod Brown is very, very much a pro-labor union advocate, Democratic politician.
Ohio leading the way.
Now listen, Sherrod Brown also has a lot of fucking shitty takes, okay? But you have to remember. You have to remember that, like, there are a lot of old union heads out there. He's shitting on everything except labor. Sherrod goes hard for labor, yeah.
Marietta, who was a single mom who had to travel 2 hours to work and 2 hours back. That's who I'm fighting for. That's why we went all in on electric vehicles, where we now have 4 vehicles in the old General Motors Lordstown plant. We're manufacturing the jobs of the future. Solar panels in Toledo, natural gas in the Southeast, the chips manufacturing plant is going to be a blockbuster. Average wage $135,000 a year. Battery plant in the Mahoning Valley. Look, we have an opportunity to be the manufacturing powerhouse of the world, the arsenal of energy. I will never forget where I came from. And if you want to help this campaign, go to timforoh.com.
Anyway, the Intel plan's going to be huge for Ohio. What's good? You got to leave?
No, just got a text.
All right. Let's get back to Herschel Walker, though. We're talking about the Georgia race now. We're moving away from Ohio. Thank God. Holy shit. What a shitty state. And back to Herschel Walker running against radical liberal Raphael Warnock.
Saying a flat-out denial to any knowledge of an abortion, or is it possible that
No. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you don't
flat out denial.
I set that up.
Lie. And you know what's sad about it? He had what was it? A receipt and had a check and had all that. He hadn't shown anything. He hadn't shown me saying something about an abortion, and that's what's terrible.
Saying a flat-out.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
didn't he say they had all these evidence, like a receipt and a check that I signed, and
yeah, no,
they don't have anything?
It's pretty good. It is pretty fire that was his defense there. Let's take a look at. I kind of want to see this. ABC News. Let's see if that came out already. It was like 4 hours ago, but there's more to it. Come on.
They got all this evidence, but they got no evidence.
See what else they had to say.
There is a woman who reportedly says that she was in a long relationship with you, has a 10-year-old son with you, that you paid for the cost of an abortion. Were you ever aware of her having an abortion?
I know nothing about an abortion, and I know it's a lie. And I said it was a lie, and I just move on. And that's why I say it's sad that people...
No, the woman accusing him is not the mother of Christian Walker. No, the woman accusing him is a mother of another one of his children.
Say October surprise, but you're destroying families. And I said that
the woman accusing him of domestic abuse is Christian Walker's mother.
Race is too important for me to give up or for me to stop. So October surprise is not going to faze me.
I know initially last week you were saying you weren't even sure who the woman was. But
which is true.
But at this...
Yeah, he's not sure because he's had multiple abortions most likely. And he has fathered, I think, 4 children with 4 different women, I believe.
At this point, you now know who she is.
Yes.
Yeah, he should come out and be like, I'm in my slut era, for real.
And have you had a conversation with her?
Not at all. So I didn't know who it was until last week. And I went, oh. And I said, that's not true. But they still ran with it. And so I said, that's not true. I would say that's a lie. I call it a lie. And right now, I said, I'm going to go back to campaigning. And people can continue to do whatever they want with the story.
If I can just get you to say a yes or a no.
He found out who it was, and he was like,
"Oh,
that ain't true." Like, it could have been true until he heard, and he's like, Oh, not her though. Like it's someone else.
With this woman at any time about an abortion?
No.
Did you ever, to your knowledge, give money to pay for the cost of an abortion?
No.
That's a lie, especially because he quite literally said he did. He's like, I give a lot of money to everybody. The first time he went out on Sean Hannity, the first night that this information came out, okay, the first night that this information came out, he went on Sean Hannity, and Sean Hannity dead ass asked him, he was like, did you pay for an abortion? He's like, well, I give a lot of money to a lot of people. Like, who knows?
Brain no longer retains knowledge, so it's technically not a lie.
I tell you what, he was a terrible. The Vikings were the victim of one of the worst trades in NFL history, and that was the Herschel Walker trade. He scored one touchdown with the Vikings where he lost his shoe, and that's it. They gave up draft picks, and then that created the Dallas Cowboys dynasty.
Oh my God!
I have never liked Herschel Walker from the beginning. My dad and I have hated Herschel Walker for a long time.
He ruined my football. Now he's gonna ruin my country.
This is why John Oliver's right to make fun of football. This is like football fans have one note, dude. If Herschel Walker had carried the Vikings to a Super Bowl victory, Austin would be in here being like, "Listen, radical liberal Raphael Warnock, he's a communist. He's a fucking communist. No. I've heard it, folks. He's dangerous for America, folks."
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yeah,
I just really hope one of my favorite football players.
Football fans are the only fucking group of individuals that resemble the same kind of like concussion elements that the sports players.
You're saying that about myself and Will Neff?
Yeah. Yes.
Are you saying? Are you really? You're two.
Yeah. Football fans behave like they have CTE.
Your two closest friends.
Yes.
You would say that about your two closest friends.
Do you want me to?
Vikings
I will repeat it.
Jets
I will
fan?
repeat it one more time. Yes.
Well, I can't believe that. Can't believe it. Vikings are 4-1, baby. Skol. Go.
Big up sports.
Go.
Okay, let's continue with this. Oh, we're gonna move away from Herschel Walker and Georgia, and we're gonna move back to Pennsylvania real quick. We went from Ohio to Georgia, and we're back to Pennsylvania really quickly. Look at this fucking ad. There's a race happening in Pennsylvania. Well, there's multiple races happening in Pennsylvania, but this one is a race between Dr. Mehmet Öz, a Turkish citizen, Turkish national, running for PA State, against my favorite person running right now, John Fetterman, standing tall at 6'8", big mustachioed man. He looks like a wrestling villain. Wonderful guy.
Classic strongman type look.
Yeah, he's awesome. He doesn't have a mustache, so he has a big goatee.
Oh.
Anyway, let's take a look at this ad.
She wasn't given a name, only a number, 6313. For 29 days, she suffered in Mehmet Oz's lab, leaking blood, not eating, struggling to breathe. 29 days of unimaginable pain and suffering until Oz took her for the last experiment. Just one of 300 dogs killed in Oz's lab. Mehmet Oz is unfit to be Pennsylvania's senator. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Mehmet Oz just lost every white woman. Okay?
He lost me, that's for sure.
Yeah, you can't win white women when you're murdering dogs like
I don't
this.
fuck with them now.
Okay? It's over. It's like, oh, Mehmet Oz also, while I was gone, did this other thing, which was pretty funny.
It's over. The election is officially over.
Here it is. Oh, that's right. None other than Dr. Oz delivering a speech in front of Adolf Hitler's car.
Oh, fucking hell. That's...
over the weekend, a photo emerged of the Pennsylvania GOP Senate candidate delivered a speech in front of a car that once belonged to Adolf Hitler. The unfortunate moment happened Thursday during a fundraiser at the Leon Air Museum in Southern California. The event was organized by Take Back the Senate, a joint national Republican senatorial committee, the Deadline reported.
Oh, my God.
He just straight up in front of it.
How do you not, like, how does nobody consider that, though? Like, nobody.
It's a Republican
No,
fundraiser.
I know, but, like, surely Like, surely you go, oh, that's a bit too on the nose. We can't let them know.
No, they're just history enjoyers, man. You don't understand.
I mean, I love World War II history.
Yeah.
But
wait, what?
What?
Continue.
But I would never fucking go
weird time to say that, Austin.
Oh. Well,
I love World War II history.
I love World War II history.
All right, well, you know what? Foot and mouth. Just add it to the fucking list. Here we go again. Just add it to the fucking list. I'm not even going to try to explain myself. There's another one.
Yeah, reps for Oz did not respond to the request for comment from the post. Oz is currently locked in a tight race.
Food's here. I'm gonna grab it.
Oh.
Tickets for the fundraiser started at $1,500 a head and rising to $50,000 for a package of 6.
How the fuck does the math work on that?
Oh my God. The event was organized in part by Palmer Luckey, a brother-in-law of Representative Matt Gaetz, and the creator of Oculus VR, a virtual reality company. Wonderful to see that, Matt Gaetz, a friend of the show, Matt Gaetz, a Hasanabi watcher, Matt Gaetz, and Twitch streamer, Matt Gaetz. His brother-in-law was the one who
organized this.
Who organized the fundraiser.
Fucking hell. Like doing fucking evil experiments on dogs as well. Like he's Nazi through and through.
He's experimenting on dogs. Well, let's be real. The experimentation on beagles is actually pretty commonplace.
No, it is. It is.
But it's also a bad look if Dr. Oz is doing it, specifically because it depends on like who he's doing it for. You know what I mean? Like what he's doing it for. The animal experimentation for actual scientific purposes, and then there's Mehmet Oz's poppy slaughterhouse. Yeah, exactly. Birmingham City away kit looks like it has a swastika on it. What? Footy headlines.
Football. Oh, it actually fucking does.
Oh my God!
How the fuck? This is what I mean. Like, where do people's brains not fucking kick in?
Birmingham.
I can, you know, if these things are like made by one person, you can totally see how you'd make this stuff up. But there's teams of fucking people that make these.
Birmingham is not a Nazi, it's Birmingham.
Have you seen that video of fucking Danny G screaming about living in Birmingham?
No, who?
Have you never heard of Danny G? It was like a really old clip. This guy from Smethwick, Birmingham, was on like Xbox Live. He's like, "Come Smethwick, if you want a fucking brawl, I'll come out my fucking house and I'll break your fucking legs." It's like classic. People know what I'm talking about. Anyway, there's a clip of him that came. He became like a fucking viral clip. The guy made a YouTube channel and eventually people found it. So like he kind of like has a bit of a following nowadays.
By the order of the Peaky Blinders.
Oh yeah, they're fucking Birmingham.
Yeah, they're from Birmingham. That's why I know about that. Even though it's an Irish, he is an Irishman, but he's playing a man from Birmingham.
Playing a fucking man from Birmingham. That's, I added a bit to it then.
I was about to say that's pretty good, dude. You were killing it on the British accent thing.
Yeah, I know, man. Hey,
if I do say so myself.
Wait till we have a Scouser come in. I love that one.
Oh, that's my favorite.
It's so good.
Birmingham resident. I love the Scouser. I can't even do it.
I fucking love the Scouts.
Fucking.
They are absolutely fucking gas, mate.
That's dude.
I love him.
Can every British person do
no
British accents like that?
No,
like
I wouldn't say
because you're on it.
I do. Accents is my thing. I like those. They're funny.
Yeah. Kuno doesn't care. It's a character from Disco Elysium. You've probably never played that game. It's a wonderful game.
No, I have.
Oh, you played Disco Elysium?
Yeah, I have, but I don't remember when. It rings a bell though.
That's the whole point, dude. Chick-fil-A sauce goes absolutely bananas. Kuno doesn't care. What is this? What? Things to never say to someone who just came out. I'm gayer. That's funny. Oh, the Danny G video.
What do you want?
Oh, yeah.
I want to know why you just shouted at me down the microphone.
What do I fucking shout at you down the microphone? Playing your fucking mouth, mate. I'm a grown man. You sent me a message first, yeah? I live in Smethwick, Birmingham. If you want the fucking brawl, come down Smethwick, ask for Danny G. I'll come out of my house and I'll break your fucking legs, you little prick. No, what do you say? No, what do you fucking say?
Oi, stop shouting. Who do you think you are?
Shouting? Shouting? I'll rip your fucking voice box out your phone, son. Come to Birmingham and I'll fuck you up. Come
to Birmingham, lad. Fuck you up. Come to Birmingham now.
I told you I live.
In Birmingham. Like, this is him, like, recently.
Morning, everybody. Yeah? Thought I'd make a video now because you like it when I'm angry, don't you? When I'm
What happened to this guy's face?
Oh my! If you see him on podcasts and shit, some of the stories he tells, he like I don't know if they're true. Like, obviously there's no evidence, but like he's told stories about like this guy beat up his son, so he went to the guy's house and bit his fucking face off.
What?
Apparently, like he
don't
pulled a
believe that.
katana on some kids once.
I don't believe that.
These are all stories he's told. Like, obviously, believe it all you want, but like.
Also, I do have to commend him for not saying a slur in that Xbox
Oh no!
Live.
I don't think you know what? From what I can tell, he's not been. I've never seen him. I would imagine he's got some fucked views, but I've never seen him express them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Kind of shocking.
I'm sure it's out there, but yeah, this is just him like complaining about living in Birmingham because it's a shithole, and I fucking love it.
As a Florida man, yeah.
fucking angry this morning, yeah? So I thought I'd make a fucking video. Why I'm angry? Don't ask me why. I just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a shithole. Do you know what I mean? Birmingham is a fucking shithole. I hate the fucking place. I fucking hate it. It's full of dickheads.
It's full of dickheads.
He's like, there's just no reason. He's like, full of dickheads.
No.
What is this?
Oh, Ronnie Pickering. Fucking miss him.
What do you know? Every fucking is this like? There's like
culture.
There's like Oibrov lore out there. Like everybody knows everyone in England. Like what the
Ronnie
fuck?
Pickering, this guy.
Are you a fucking tank? No. Are you a car?
Wait, no, this isn't Ronnie Pickering. I don't know
You're a
what
fucking little bicycle, but you seem to want to be in the middle of the road.
Similar video, but it's not the same one.
Oh,
they fucked up my order. Is that what it says in the highway code?
No, it says knock you cunts over.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. Fucking way.
That's very interesting. You're on camera. I'm going to put you on YouTube.
Put me on where you like and I'll fucking kill you.
I'm going to report you to the police.
Go on, then do it now.
This tape is going to go to the police.
Do it now. You're a fucking idiot.
Do it now.
Do not ride. Where does the highway code say you sit in the middle of the fucking road?
You can discuss it with the police. I'm reporting you. I've got your registration. I've got you on camera.
And it's Peugeot 405.
I know what it is.
Yeah. And by the way, have you got insurance on your bicycle? No.
Yes.
Have you got a helmet on? No.
I don't have to wear a helmet.
No. But are you a sensible person?
Are you wearing a seatbelt?
Are you a sensible
Are you
person?
wearing a seatbelt?
No, you're not.
No, you are not.
No, because I've just took it off.
No, exactly, and you're on the road. So there it's. I've got you for two offences.
Go
two offences. Are you? That's interesting.
It gets good. No, there's more. He's not gone.
You're on camera. You're on camera.
Excuse me. Would you like that broken? Would you like it broken?
No, don't touch it.
Would you like it broken? Right, well get a fucking life or I'm going to sort you out and your fucking camera. Sad little cunt.
Yep.
Sad little cunt.
I've got a car.
Have you? You probably get banned from it.
You've just committed an assault.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Wait, what did this guy say?
Did you call him broke from that?
Sad little cunt.
Yep.
Why don't you get a car?
I've got a car.
Have you? You probably get banned from it.
You've just committed an assault.
Park behind me, I'll knock you off. It's called legal.
Yeah, put your seatbelt on. That's
Put
good.
your fucking mouth shut! You are really pissing me off.
I know I am.
And you do this for a hobby? Fucking annoy people.
Oh.
I'm taking it.
Handbrake's coming on.
Right.
I love that.
Try it.
Come on, you cunt. Take it.
Try it.
Come on, fucking do it. Come on, you cunt. Take it.
Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that was awesome, dude. That was crazy. Not as crazy as forgetting to run the top of the hour ad break at fucking 5:09, lads. 17:09. You know what I'm saying? It's top of the hour, yeah? It's time for a 60-second ad break, yeah? If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do that for $5 for free. £5. That's right. Or you can get gifted a fucking sub, yeah. It's the best Tuesday ever. I'm also going to show you a TikTok that I've been watching this morning. of there's this guy. He's always like, "What's the difference between South London and North London?" I'm excited for that. Does anyone know which one I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about?
I've seen a guy who does like something similar, but I don't know if it's the same guy.
No, it's not Aiden. Space Ace. Thank you for the 5 gifted sub. Is this the one?
Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond.
Bro, why do people do this? It's not time for you to send me your favorite TikTok, you fucking loser. Send me the one I'm asking for. Shouldn't have said loser, but you're a fucking goober.
Yeah, you fucking loser.
No, it's just like immediately
nothing.
the guy waited.
You fucking
You're not a
nothing, you hear
loser.
me?
You're not. You're a goober, though. Oh, my God. Immediately, he was just like, he was waiting. He's like, oh, TikTok? Someone said TikTok? Boom. I can't find it right now. Can we get a link to that bike situation? Bro, whoever sits here, just...
I'm actually cleaner. What do you mean?
I'm like, I feel like that was an overreaction.
Don't you mean a chip?
Don't you mean a chip? I do mean a chip.
I think maybe, is this the, yeah, this is the one.
Also,
I've
why
seen
do Northerners like dress up to go to the pub? With
Every
heels,
day, every single
with
day you
heels
wear.
and a dress.
Yo.
The pretty little thing girls like the Polly,
the lip fillers and that.
Dickheads,
But
this
we've got
pissed me
so
off.
much nice culture up north.
Yeah, what you feel about that, man?
Well, I'm northern. Well, I'm not. I'm from the Midlands, but like, if you look at like the north,
Midlands.
South, if you're gonna split it into just north and south, then I'm north.
I've got a question, Jack.
Yeah.
If I were from the UK, where would I be from?
I love that we're both doing a subtle British accent.
Yeah.
That if I were from
If
the
I
UK,
was from the UK,
where would I be from? Yeah, me too. Me
no,
next.
not like no.
Me
no,
next. Me next. You'd be from Brighton.
Yeah, no, regardless of the accent, just how we look.
You'd be from Brighton.
Oh, that's tough. Wait, just
Well, because I think people saying Brighton because he's gay.
yeah, people will say Brighton because you're gay.
Yeah.
That's true. I did go to Brighton. I definitely.
Did you like it? You like Brighton?
I did.
Did?
Yeah, I got my dick sucked.
You got your little
That's good,
dick
man.
sucked.
I'm
You're
just
right.
kidding. I didn't get my dick sucked.
I believe you did get your. You wouldn't just
Yeah,
say
at a
that.
fish and chip shop.
No way.
I know.
No way.
Nor. Okay, I like Brighton as well.
No.
Okay, where would I be from then? If Austin's from Brighton.
So I'm from Brighton. Okay.
You see, you're pretty fucking liberal. Brighton's very liberal.
No, he's calling you gay, Hasan.
Oh no, it just
I
is.
don't care.
You both fit in pretty well down there. But that's why I think that's why half the fucking streamers live down there.
People are saying Newcastle. Why are they saying Newcastle?
Do you think he'd be from Brighton?
Hasan, you would be from Newcastle? Why?
How would he be a Newcastle lad?
What the fuck happens in Newcastle?
I can't.
Tottenham?
I can't see him going on like Geordie Shore.
Brighton
are
is
saying
beautiful though.
I like it.
I love Brighton.
Maybe I can see him on Geordie Shore.
Tubbo says, Hasan, you'd be from Bognor Regis.
Bognor Regis.
The fuck is Bognor Regis? That
Where
sounds.
Tubbo's from.
Bro, that literally sounds like a fucking
Like a Shire.
Elden Ring,
Yeah.
like an Elden Ring map, dude.
It does.
Oh, mate, you from fucking Bognor Regis? Welcome to a Norlondo.
He's got his willy licked at a chippy.
He said, so true.
It does. It actually, like, Bognor Regis is one of those places. There's not many. There's a couple of places that I just think like sound like Hobbit Shires. Like Bognor Regis is one.
Yeah, that's a crazy name. How the fuck did they get that?
I don't know. Like UK place names are so like varying because obviously you got like Celtic, Germanic, and
Danish, Denland.
That, and then
Danelaw.
also, like romantic influence on all the names. So you just get a real blend.
Regis means royal.
Okay, so I have this like fantasy of marrying or somebody like from a foreign country.
Okay.
Like the
Why?
UK. I don't know, just like European.
Okay.
UK. Do you guys have that same thing, like marrying an American girl or something like that? You ever have that?
No.
Or, no?
No. I mean, no. I've thought about it. No, absolutely not.
Wow.
I don't know. What's the appeal?
I mean,
I don't get the appeal.
I mean, other than being the greatest country that God has ever created.
God's country.
Mm-hmm.
Famously God's country.
Literally, God, this is where it all started.
Your house says Westminster? I don't know about that. Okay, let's watch this.
As a northerner, what's your honest opinion of southerners?
Posh, innit?
Tell me about the poshies, bro. Tell me what stresses you out most about the poshies, the haircuts.
Smoking a lot. They all smoke. They just love to smoke and vape, innit?
So you think the poshies smoke a lot?
Yeah.
Smoke and vape?
Like girls, like, it's like that type of girl where she, like, dresses like shit, but, like, still kind of looks hot, if you get what I mean.
And then has always like a vape in her hand.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Dan, as a northerner.
Also, is that even strike you as a real northern accent? Because it doesn't.
Put them on again.
What's the worst thing about going to university in the UK?
Literally, everyone is a DJ in Leeds. I can't lie. Like, it's like, oh, you do DJing? Yeah, me too. All right, cool. Let's move on from that.
And what are you thinking about everyone wanting to be a DJ?
I think it's just so funny. Like, where does this interest come from?
With your cat mullets as well, all like fading that fader. When you're popping that fader left to right.
What's the worst thing about going to university in the UK?
Someone said, yo, what the fuck? That's my friend. He's a DJ himself. That guy's literally a DJ.
Oh, yeah, no, he definitely was. You could tell.
Northerners versus Southerners.
Northerners versus Southerners.
I'm obviously from Manchester, yeah? What are you thinking
we
of
can
Northerners compared to Southerners in the UK?
There's no hostility in it. Like, you man got it bad, didn't it?
Oh my God, dude. What is going on here?
What?
What the fuck? The most normal looking British guy. What is this, bro? He's got the cat mullet, yeah?
He has got the cat mullet. He's very British, actually.
Yeah, look at this. He's got this fucking...
He's got the fucking Stella Artois patch on his fucking
his
jacket.
What's man them doing then? Look at this fucking beard, yeah?
The beard, I mean,
like,
I don't think that's very British. I think that's pretty...
Nordic.
Yeah. You man got it bad, didn't it? Because, like, obviously...
We got it bad? What do you mean?
No, because obviously the government ignores you lot in that, innit? Like, you man got it bad like that, innit? Yeah, but, like...
I was not expecting him to sound like this.
Is this North?
No, he's Southern. He's from, like, London, roughly.
You think he's a Londoner?
He'll be yeah, he's from, like, somewhere in London.
Bet he cried when the Queen died. I don't know about that.
Different. You just, man, have some funny accents, but that's about it.
Really? But you think we're the same at heart?
He said, you man them have some funny accents?
You man have some funny accents, you know.
That's crazy that he's saying that.
Like, you said I'd be from Essex?
Oh, fuck yeah. No, yeah, you would.
What?
Yeah.
Is it because I'm a slut?
Yeah.
Oh, kind of, but that wasn't what I was thinking.
Oh.
It's like the excessive grooming.
Oh.
And not in the traditional, like, streaming sense. I mean, like, you know, like, looking after yourself and that.
Oh.
I'd say, like, that's an Essexy thing.
Wait,
Everyone's just, like, caked in fake tan and shit.
Wait, I'm not fake looking, though, am I?
No,
Yes.
you're not.
Yes, say it.
I just feel like valuing your looks is a big thing there.
Oh, okay. So they're like very... So, like, L.A.?
Yeah. There's a likeness.
So, like,
That's about
Botox.
it.
Really? But you think we're the same at heart?
Think
It's
about
more
it.
like
People
fake
from the
tan and
north
lip
love
colour.
pie as much people from the south, innit?
Yo, obviously. I'm obviously from Manchester.
You want some more chips?
I may have some more chips.
Okay. There's some more in here.
Crisps, yeah? You got some fucking crisps in there, yeah?
Oh, no, chips.
No crisp, bruv. Okay. Your celebrity crush. Describe your perfect woman. Not a lot of these bang. I'm just looking for good ones.
I think.
What's something you've never ever told your parents?
You know what, yeah? One thing I never told my mum. One time, like, low key, I had a threesome, yeah?
Go on. You had a threesome?
Is that it?
My family were having a Sunday, Sunday roast downstairs still.
In the same house?
Yeah, I managed to pattern it. I don't know how.
Having a Sunday roast
What's something
downstairs
you've
still.
Is this real?
These are so good. Yes, okay, face.
Successful house acquisition in Liverpool.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good.
It goes nicely with a side of heroin.
Does this word train spottings in Glasgow, I believe. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong.
Glaswagons. Glasgow.
I'm fucking Glasgow. Yeah.
Average price.
I live in Brighton, yeah.
Average Edinburgh. Wait, Edinburgh's like that too?
Apparently. I actually wouldn't.
What's up? Is there a lot of incest in Norwich?
Norwich has got that sort of shit going on.
Norwich is like the Alabama of the UK.
No, there's plenty of areas in the UK that have a lot of incest going on. To be fair.
Calm as and quiet as night in Leeds.
Yeah, that's true. Leeds first.
A Mancunian motherfuckers being told being from Manchester isn't a personality trait. Even I know that. I made fun of Connor Dog Virginia for that.
I don't know who that is, but
Sea Dog VA.
No, I don't
the voice
know.
actor. He lives in Japan now.
Oh shit.
On an episode of Fear and, you will hear me do some Welsh slander, talking about how they fuck sheep.
That is the
which is
stereotype.
anti-Welsh racism. Yes, it's true.
That's true. Just fucking old people over there.
Cornwall motherfuckers explaining to me they're extensive. What's in Cornwall?
Hampton's actually quite nice, to be fair. That's the only one.
Cornwall's like a beach town, right?
Yeah.
Yorkshire motherfuckers trying to go 2 seconds. Wait, what?
Without talking about Yorkshire challenge, impossible. I grew up not far from Yorkshire, so I get that.
Highland motherfuckers create the most excruciating music. Is Lincolnshire very racist?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be shocked.
Yo, can you give me that nicotine box right there in front of you?
Yep.
Yeah, we should open up this multiverses thing that they sent me, by the way. I have no idea what's in it. Belfast car on fire.
Sorry, chat, Singapore personality.
Luxury Bradford mansion.
Yeah, Bradford's bit of shit.
My track record so clean, they couldn't wait to dispatch me. I must be getting too flashy. Y'all shouldn't let the world gas me. It's too late because I'm here to stay in these
Black country motherfuckers.
I sent it back to her boyfriend.
Black country motherfuckers, when you say they're from Birmingham, they actually live 0.4 miles away from Birmingham.
It's the fucking worst accent in the whole country, by the way. It's just like, I'm from Dudley. How you doing, mate? I'm from Dudley. It's just, it's like, it hurts. It's not nice to hear.
No.
Wait, I want to hear it now. What is it? You said Broomy? I want to...
Brummies.
Okay. Broomy?
From Dudley.
I want to look it up.
Don't make fun of Dudley. Absolutely make fun of Dudley. You should sound like that.
I'm actually very surprised that these places in the UK exist.
Yeah,
What do you mean by that?
It seems fake.
Well, it's just like you guys are so close to each other. Why isn't it just like...
Oh, I know what you mean. Like the variation
country, black country
the black
dialect.
country speech is very distinctive, and in its strongest form, even to people from neighbouring Birmingham, can be difficult to understand.
Dude, that's the most British sentence of all time, which is like having a fucking... Dude, that is quintessentially British. Having a fucking accent that is indistinguishable. I mean, that is impossible to understand when you live next to in the same zip code.
Oh yeah, no. That actually does happen as well. Like I've seen.
How does that even happen?
Because the accent variation is so strong. Like it's so strong.
But it's like, do you guys not like?
Why didn't you consolidate? It makes no sense.
It will happen slowly.
But do you guys not drive across town?
You do, but you maintain
I mean?
your accent. I don't know.
I just do you never like, hey, I'm gonna go to the movie theater on the other side of town today.
English people will be like, we're so diverse. Look at the difference between a guy from Manchester and a guy from what's the one that fucking the working class town over or whatever.
But like in the U.S., it's like
I'll be like,
I'm from Oregon, and some other guy will be like, I'm from Miami.
Yeah, but it's such.
I'm from Los Angeles.
It's such a distance.
I'm from Seattle, Washington.
Liverpool.
I fucking love Liverpool, mate.
Liverpool.
Fucking Liverpool.
Mm-hmm. We're very boring here in the U.S.
Look how big the UK is versus America.
Oh, it makes no sense that the accent's
that's what makes it so funny. Can you imagine someone in fucking San Diego having a different accent than someone in Los Angeles when the difference is there's nothing. That's crazy.
You need to speak. I need you to speak for your country.
No, my guess is
we need answers.
It's the country has existed and these towns have existed for that fucking long. Back when you didn't travel very far, that the accents became more and more like thick, essentially. It's like the accents have had more time to develop, so they became very, very thick
And
and
they're also
regionalized.
you were a much older country.
That's I think it just comes from the age of the country and the fact that you didn't used to travel around. And I would say like give it like a few more 100 years and it's not going to be the same. Like the accent's going to be way less varied. But like you'd have to give it like fucking hundreds of years now.
Yeah, it's
to like
generational.
reverse what the fucking damage.
Do you think of us as having an accent?
Well, yeah, obviously, because you sound different to me. But like you guys sound
Does
to
it
me
sound strange to
roughly
you?
the same. Oh, no, you don't actually. No,
Roughly.
Wait, you think that I sound that?
You guys sound roughly the same.
We should sound pretty much. There's no real difference between Hasan and I's accent.
I don't think so either.
I mean, Hasan has like he English is a second language, but you really can't tell.
No, you can't
at all.
Yeah, no, you sound pretty much the same. I can tell the difference between like a.
I mean, I've got a raspy voice, but that's
a thick country accent and you guys. Like,
Right, right.
you know, there's variation.
Okay, but that's like literally
I have a TV show host accent.
that is like an entire European continent away. In some
I know,
instances.
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
so it does make sense that there'd be like a little slight variation between the South and the North.
You could hit Baltimore accent. Oh my god, that is so.
Yeah, Baltimore.
That fucking. What's another one? I keep seeing them. Like rappers from a certain state, and they go music. How do they? Someone will know what I'm talking about.
Here, let's look at the U.S. accent.
New York City, Trenton, North Carolina, Ocracoke Island, Mississippi, and northern Florida. That's where you get the sort of Blanche Dubois, Scarlett O'Hara kind of classical Southern accent.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Eric Singer. I'm a dialect coach. Today we're going to take a little
Why
tour.
does he look like older Dennis from Always Sunny?
Looks like American Hugh Grant.
Ah, that's a good one.
Tour of some of the different accents of English-speaking North America.
Figures of speech, North American accent.
Now, a couple of quick disclaimers. These are by no means all the accents in North America or even all the English-speaking ones. And not everyone from the same place sounds the same. Accents vary by socioeconomic
Revised
background,
image.
generation, ethnicity, and race,
I love that.
and all kinds of individual factors. Because in a very real way, accent is identity. Different people from the same place have more or less localizable accents, and that usually has to do with identity too. Now, on some of our stops, we're going to be looking at some of the most distinctive and interesting local features, but it doesn't mean that everyone from there has that accent or has it to the same degree. I'm also going to have some linguists and language experts from around the continent join me today to lend their expertise in some.
Like AAVE also varies dramatically from the South to different parts of the South to like the North as well.
Of these areas.
Hi, I'm Megan Figueroa.
Hi, I'm Nicole.
Peace. I'm Son Michaud.
Hi, I'm Kalina.
Hi, I'm Amani Doran.
One of the things you'll notice along the way is that accents often don't follow political boundaries, especially ones like state lines. They'll follow major geographical boundaries, things like mountains for sure, but what regional accent differences mostly reflect
Why is he talking from a tin can? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
is settlement patterns and contact.
Was this a COVID
Historically
video?
isolated
Oh,
communities
not really.
like Ocracoke Island in the Outer Banks of North Carolina or the Sea Islands in the Low Country in Georgia can have really distinctive speech ways. They've had the time and isolation necessary to diverge and develop them. That's the other thing that makes for accent variety. Time. There's a lot more accent diversity in the British Isles, for example, where there are local populations that have been...
Dude, that's insane, brother. That is not normal. Consolidate. Look at this. Scotland, Highland Scottish, Lowland Scottish, Glaswegian, Cumbrian, Northumbrian, Geordie.
Geordie's pretty thick.
Pitmatic.
Don't know what that is.
Macomb,
No clue.
Teesside, Yorkshire, Lancashire, Scouse,
Yeah.
Mancunian.
Yeah.
Midlands, you got West Midlands, Brummy, Coventry.
And then, I'm from the East Midlands, right? And I know full well there's variation even within that. Like, there absolutely is.
You must just, at a certain point when you're a kid, you just make like a subconscious decision to just choose one.
No, it's...
You listen to somebody enough, and then that's like, okay, that's the one.
No, because my accent's changed
And I'm gonna
a
go.
lot ever since I moved down. Like, I moved down south, and equally, I work in an online space.
Wait, what did you used to sound like when you were
Just
up
more
north?
like it's hard for me to do because like I don't
Do it up north.
If I go and visit my parents and I stay with them, I'll come back and I'll talk a bit like more like this. It's a lot more like
you copy the people around you.
Yeah, you just
A
copy
lot
people around
more
you.
like-
I'm like forcing myself to do it now, and it's like you're just forcing. I'm not enunciating words as well because there's a lot of like just jumping between.
When I'm in
stuff.
the UK, I start to get a British accent.
Yeah, well, it makes sense.
Naturally.
I feel
think
like
if I think I lived there for about a couple years, I think I'd sound like you.
You would not.
I don't think at all, but I do think.
No, I absolutely think
you
I
pick
would.
up British.
No, you would sound like fucking Andrew Tate, bro. You'd be like Top G.
Oh God, that accent is
because he's from Gary, Indiana, and then Luton. So everything is busted for my man.
Luton, is that what it is? Oh fucking hell.
Yeah, he grew up. I think it was like 8 when his parents made him move to Luton.
Bless
so
him, no wonder.
Yeah,
I'd end up like that as well if I had to grow up in fucking Luton.
Well, Gary, Indiana, not great
If I
either.
lived in the UK for I think maybe 30 years, I'd probably have an accent.
I don't think. I think once you've like reached adulthood, I don't think you're gonna change your accent too much.
I would force it.
Well then yes, but like I could start talking like this for every fucking day of my life, and then all of a sudden I'm Southern. But
No,
like,
but I want to sound like this.
I'm not.
I love to sound like this.
It's so funny. It's so funny because like when he does a Southern accent, I can tell it's a British person trying to do a Southern accent. So I assume
I
it's
think
like
his is better than
it's
most.
exactly the same as like when we try to do like a British accent, right?
Yeah, but like,
it's pretty obvious that
the one that you drop you really low like this.
it's pretty obvious that we are not doing an
You know what I
authentic
mean?
British accent.
You know the one that you barely even say a word. You just fucking
you fucking slags, what you doing there? Yeah, you fucking you wanker.
You bellend.
His Southern accent is better than your British accent by a lot. How would you be able to assess that? If you're Southern and you can assess a Southern accent, then you don't know what a fucking British accent sounds like authentically. So shut the fuck up.
Well, no, you've heard British people.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Sorry.
Because like when Austin does a British accent, I think it's authentic. Okay. When Austin does a British accent, I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty good.
You've done
no. Yeah. You know where I got that voice from? Some guy in England. Yeah, he ran a gym called The Unit. And he was a big bodybuilder with tattoos. He said, welcome to The Unit. It'd be 25 quid. And then, he ran like a bodybuilding gym.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name, but yeah.
That wasn't bad. There was moments where that was so good.
Hassan doesn't sound like he has heard British people.
That's what it is.
What?
Like you do sound like you have never heard a British person.
Oh my God,
That's
crazy.
Those British people are like, we don't sound like that.
No, that's good. That one's good.
We don't.
That's good.
Okay, I'm getting owned here, and it's bullshit. Let's
Speaking
continue.
English in their particular way for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Tabo!
And there's more accent diversity on the east coast of the U.S. than there is west of the Mississippi. It's been settled by English speakers longer. The first places English was spoken in North America were Roanoke, Jamestown, and of course, Plymouth, Massachusetts, where the Pilgrims landed in 1620. So let's start there. The Pilgrims spoke with what we call rhotic accents, meaning they said all their R's. In fact, so did almost all English speakers in 1620, including the ones in England. That's right, a Southern English accent might have used to sound something like this. It was only in the late 18th century that fashionable young people in and around London started dropping their R's, and from there the trend spread to America. Now, north of Plymouth Rock, we have Harvard Yard. One of the places you might hear a Boston accent today. The stereotypical Boston accents, of course, are non-rhotic, meaning no R sounds in Park Your Car in Harvard Yard. Let's all get in the car and head south down the coast now into Rhode Island. Traditional Rhode Island accents here are still non-rhotic, but there's a key vowel difference. The placement for that vowel sound in Park Your Car in Harvard Yard. We call this the start vowel. In Boston, it's usually pretty fronted. Park your car in Harvard Yard. In Rhode Island, it's back. Park your car in Harvard Yard. Rhode Island accents were shaped by a lot of Irish and Italian immigration, just like New York City. So many accents. They don't vary by borough, by the way.
What the fuck is this fucking
That's a myth.
asshole talking about?
I know you guys are going to tell me to forget about it, but I'm sorry. Sociolinguists have studied this really carefully, and there just really isn't any such thing as a specifically Brooklyn or specifically Bronx accent. There certainly are a lot of different New York City accents, but they vary by socioeconomic background and by ethnicity and other aspects of group belonging and identity more than by neighborhood or by borough. They're historically non-rhotic, though that's changing some in the youngest generations for sure. Here's something fun most of
Motherfucker just did like 3 different Italian accents. That's it. New York.
them have in common. The tongue tip hits the teeth or close to them on TD and N sounds instead of, a little further back. So you can hear that in like this kind of New York City accent.
That must be the
tongue tip
Trump
on the
one.
teeth,
That's the root of the
Times
Trump one, I
Square,
think.
New York City, and this kind of New York
that's the
accent.
foundation of it.
22nd Street, Times Square, Dumbo, taxis, traffic, and so on. Okay, so you may have noticed that all of these accents I've talked about so far sound pretty white. I'm going to take a pause here, and linguist Nicole Holliday is going to go a little deeper on African American.
Oh, why won't he do it? I wanted him to do it.
I wouldn't be that guy. I wouldn't be that guy.
I wanted him to do it. I wanted to hear him fucking hit us with the AAVE.
American English varieties.
Oh,
My colleague Amani Dorn is going to demonstrate some of those accents.
Hi, I'm Nicole Holliday, and I'm a linguist. As we know, New York has all kinds of people in it. African American English has a lot of shared features across regions because of its history. So Black people in Africa were kidnapped and brought to what is now the United States.
The way she's describing it is so cheery. It's like chattel slavery.
It's a very like.
At the time, they didn't all speak the same languages. They spoke multiple different African languages. And those languages came into contact not only with each other, but those languages were also coming into contact with the English.
Stop the video. Liberal lies, brother. I don't want to hear it. They were immigrants.
Spoken by the colonizers. This created a situation where there was a really unusual.
God damn it, we're learning about slavery again. CRT can't even escape in an American broadcast, brother. What the fuck?
Exposure to English, right? So
Hank Pecker
there are
hates
all of
this.
these languages in contact with each other. And for economic and survival reasons, the enslaved people had to, in some ways, acquire English. But the English that they were acquiring was not like what you learn in the classroom, right? It was under this really unusual situation of acquisition. So some of the features that we see in modern African American English are a result of this contact between the African languages as well as the English spoken by colonizers, and those features have persisted over generations. After slavery was legally ended, the majority of African Americans remained in the South but experienced really extreme segregation. This led to different varieties of English being spoken in Black and white communities within the South, and even as they moved north during the Great Migration.
Nicole, how did the Great Migration influence accents?
The English that we see today spoken by African Americans has some features that have persisted throughout generations. TH stopping, so that might be using something like a D sound for where you see a written TH. So dat for that. You can hear that in this clip.
They said I could participate online. They said I could participate online.
What the fuck?
What? That was who the fuck was the editor on this video? That was
Bro,
wrong.
they literally dude, this is the COVID era production.
Oh, it has to be because the tinny fucking mic, weird edit.
It's just like Zoom. They did everything over Zoom.
Vowelization. So that's an L turning into a vowel in a word like pool or pull. Might sound something like pool or pull.
He said that's cool. That's
Stop.
cool.
We also see
on
consonant
purpose, but
That's
why?
so bad.
cluster simplification. If you have a series of consonants at the end of a word, you might see them turn into just one consonant.
This made this so much worse. Like, it would have literally been. It would have been less disrespectful if they let the white guy do the fucking AAVE than this.
So in a word like west, you might hear it pronounced as west.
It's been a minute, but she just left.
What is this
And
shit?
anything specific to New York?
One feature common in New York City is what we call a raised vowel in words like thought and cloth. It sounds something like aw.
Coffee without froth on top isn't coffee at all. So let's get it together.
Okay, let's go back to Eric.
Thank you, Nicole. And even that's just the tip of the iceberg for linguistic diversity in this incredibly diverse city. Around 50% of New Yorkers speak languages other than English at home.
I just don't understand why he didn't get an Italian
And for half
guy
of those, that language is Spanish. Megan Figueroa is here to tell us a little bit about one of those varieties, a variety linguists.
Never mind. I just.
Well, no, I was hyper focused on the video.
I thought it was very fretophobic. Is what I was saying.
Fretophobic? Yeah, you're right about that. Dead ass B.
Called New York Latino English.
New York Latino English is heavily influenced by Puerto Rican Spanish and Dominican Spanish. One remarkable feature of this variety is a light L, the sound that you would find in a word like, love, leaf.
Right, so New York Latino English speakers have a particularly light L. You can hear that in this native speaker clip.
I guess growing up, I know what it's like to not have a lie. I know what it's like to not have a lie.
In contrast to the light L, when you produce the dark L, the back of your tongue bunches. So think about the words milk and pull The lighter L was a feature of New York Latino English. But Latinx people are a very diverse group of people, and they speak a variety of varieties. We'll get to more of those later.
Thank you, Megan. And this single feature is a good contrast with other New York accents, by the way, because most other New York accents have pretty dark L's. Lots of lemon lollipops, la la. I like to lick them.
I like to lick them.
So now, as we leave New York,
I look and I go, pause.
Oh no!
Sound too hot.
Oh no, they're going down in fucking Philadelphia. Don't do it to them.
The dialect boundary, the on line.
Oh no,
north
don't
of this
do it.
line, most people say on, rhymes with don.
That, by the way, the Philadelphia accent is the closest to a Baltimore accent, in my opinion.
On rhymes with dawn.
I don't think I'd know.
Of
There's a
course,
lot
this
of
doesn't
writing
apply at
accents
all
in
if
the
you
Northeast.
rhyme don and dawn, only if you have two distinct pronunciations.
And it makes sense.
The oldest part of the country.
Because people have lived there for longer.
Hot merger, but we'll talk more about that later. There are a few major dialect areas in the U.S., and one of the biggest dividing lines is between northern dialects and midland dialects. The on line basically runs right along this boundary. So as we cross over it somewhere around Trenton, we've crossed from the north to the Midlands, dialect-wise. Now another thing that starts to happen as we get down towards Philly is that the goat diphthong starts to move forwards in the mouth. So we get go,
These are the weird
get some hoagies. Go gets maybe even a little further forward as we get down to Baltimore, especially, Danny Ocean. You want to get Danny Ocean on Wednesday? Let's make a quick stop in D.C., where Nicole has some really interesting stuff on the prosody of local African-American speakers.
In my research, I studied prosody, which has to do with the tone and intonation of the phrase itself. In a study, I found that African-American speakers may be more likely to ask a yes-no question with a level tone or a falling tone. For white speakers, we expect a rising tone in questions like these. So something like, did you do the dishes? But African-American speakers may be more likely to say something like, did you do the dishes? Another feature that we see in DC, similar to New York, is the raised thought cloth vowel, that ah. This is a new feature in DC, and we think it's part of a pattern of DC varieties becoming more like northern cities as opposed to the South. You can hear that in this clip.
Change is needed, but at what cost? At what cost? Cost.
Okay, let's go back to Eric.
Now we take a quick detour over to Pittsburgh. Yous are the only people in all of North America
that smooths
the mouth diphthong, except for maybe Chicago sometimes. Now smoothing is when you take a diphthong, like ow,
Yinzers, the
and
worst.
smooth it out so it's just one sound, ah. Just like we have price smoothing in much of the South, so that I smooths out to just ah.
Just absolutely devastatingly bad accent, okay?
These are the ones that, like, being a British person, I've heard once or twice and just assumed like in media and just assumed it was like some fucking like character that was made to talk weird. And I'm like, oh no, there's people that fucking speak like this. It's weird.
Someone said they have to be doing that on purpose.
All of them?
Yeah, they just know. They're in on it. They're like, yeah, Pittsburgh, let's go.
Price. Same thing here, except with the mouth vowel smoothing out to a long sound.
That's the weird one.
Yins want to meet downtown, go shopping for catches? Heading back over to the Delmarva Peninsula. As we head down into Virginia, we get something different happening with that same mouth diphthong. Here it's going to sound like oat, mouth, house. So it's not smoothing out here, it's raising. The tongue starts a little higher up, instead of ah. So it's like oat, a boat, house. This feature is called tidewater raising. Something similar happens with this vowel in Canada, and there we call it Canadian raising, but it's essentially the same thing happening. Time to get out of the house, keep heading south. Down in North Carolina, we really start to hear pretty significant...
Really start to hear the racism come out.
Hey, Mr. Beast is from there, man. He's a good guy.
This is when you're starting to, you're nearing the area where it all of a sudden things start to sound a lot worse.
Fronting again. So the vowel sound in boat, most, hope starts with the tongue further forwards in the mouth. O. Interestingly, goat fronting, which is now widespread in a lot of the American South, seems to have originated in North Carolina sometime in the last part of the 19th century. Remember that regional dialect boundaries don't necessarily follow political boundaries.
By the way,
they follow settlement patterns.
I feel like the North Carolina is where the dispute, like the local dispute as to whether they're a part of the South or North.
Yeah.
Which is
right.
predominantly the only places that have those dispute are in like the southern parts. Like nobody from the north is like, we're from the north, not from the south. Like
that's what you think. Try fucking Pennsylvania, brother. Pennsylvania.
Is that not true?
The more you go, the more Ohio wants to be south so bad. Pennsylvania wants to be the south so bad.
Exactly, is them wanting to be the south, not the other way around.
You don't think there's southern places that want to be northern?
Oh, maybe that's why there's a dispute.
Actually, there's probably Miami. Miami's the only southern place that wants to be northern. But then like California, California is an entire state that is like in the Southwest, and yet it has a lot of northern qualities.
Oh, absolutely. I forget, like...
You forget that this is a southern state.
Until I think of like the geography that I'm fucking actually...
I'm going to be honest, I just went to North Carolina once, and that's the conclusion that I came to. I didn't do any research outside of that.
I like that. No. I respect
I went to North Carolina. I was like, wow, this is where it starts.
Ohio hates the South, but they still arrived and raised them on their own. Ohio quite literally thinks it's a part of the Confederacy now, okay? Do not act like Ohio firmly does not... like. There are less places in Ohio that there are more places in Ohio that feature the Confederate flag than not at this point.
Patterns between populations. So the inland part of North Carolina, which is in the Appalachian Highlands, the original European settlers were Scotch-Irish folks and Germans moving southwest from Pennsylvania. Due to being relatively inaccessible and isolated for a long time, the accent is distinct from the lowlands and from the coastal areas. The isolated speech communities are fascinating because we can get some really interesting sound patterns. Up here you get some really dramatic face lowering, for example. So the diphthong in face starts real low, down around a. Face, light, day. You'll also get some particular dialect features, so words and word order and grammar things that stretch way back to those original settlers from Scotland and Northern Ireland. Things like a hunting and a fishing, and extra sounds too, like the R sound in wash and the H sound in hit. Get on with hit. Here's Nicole again to talk a little bit about African American speech in Southern Appalachia.
Hi again. So African Americans in Appalachia are understudied, mostly because stereotypes of Appalachia are very, very white. African Americans in Appalachia may be more likely to be rhotic. So in words like floor,
way up there on the fourth floor, floor.
You'll get the R, whereas in other places you might get flo. African Americans in Appalachia also tend to follow the more general Southern pattern with respect to I monophthongization, in wide turning to so you get wad. And now the map tour continues with Eric.
Thank you, Nicole. We're picking up again in North Carolina. Over in the Outer Banks, there's an even more historically isolated community because of a shift in shipping patterns in the mid-19th century. And probably also because of sympathizing with the Northern cause in the Civil War. Ocracoke Island was relatively isolated from the mainland for a long time. It developed maybe one of the most distinctive and different dialects in North America. Obliging islanders will sometimes say to tourists, well, it's high tide on the same side. Last night the water fire, night the moonshine, no fish. Ocracoke Islanders are sometimes called high tiders because of that particularly distinctive I sound. And their accent is sometimes taken to be British or Australian, even by Brits. And truth be told, there are some similarities with some regional English accents, including that high tide vowel sound, which is similar to both southwestern English accents like Devon or Gloucestershire.
Sounds like this fucking guy. Never once in my fucking life have I ever heard anyone that from fucking Australia that sounds like this cunt.
Yeah, I don't think he sounds Australian.
He's fucking miles away. Absolutely fucking miles away.
Your Australian kind of sounds a little bit like, oh my God, this is the second time I'm forgetting the fucking Liverpool. Like when you say fucking. Mate.
Mate, fucking lost it then. But then sometimes I become fucking New Zealand, which is.
Have you been to Australia?
It's a similar accent, but New Zealand
tighter.
is tighter. It's a good way of putting it.
A little bit tighter.
Putting it actually. And I get them mistaken sometimes.
Don't make it too tight, and then it's like South Africa. South
African is more like
South
this.
African.
South African is more like this. It's kind of hard. My dentist is from South Africa, and I fucking struggle. Like, it's hard. There's some sounds that I can't wrap my head around. It's hard. There's a guy.
Someone said it's just fruity Australian.
Do you think? I'd say like. The way in my head I distinguish them is like New Zealand is like the default, and then Australians, like if you gave a New Zealander a lot of weed, like take the New Zealand accent and then just like chill them out a bunch. That's how I do it.
Anglian accents like Norfolk and Suffolk, those easternmost counties of England. Curiously, another distinctive thing about the old Ocracoke accent is it's also got a real sort of bounce to it, which is something that both those southwestern and those East Anglian accents also have in common. North Carolina.
Yeah, there's only 150 people. Americans think everyone is just like English, okay? Including Australian.
It's literally why, you know, The Boys, the TV show? It's why fucking...
well, Butcher's accent isn't proper British, though. It is Australian.
No, yeah, but it isn't supposed to be.
I know, but it sounds Australian.
Yeah, well, no, it's New Zealand. He's a fucking New Zealander.
Yeah.
So he has
Diabolical.
Like, and then he tries to do an English one, and it's really bad. But like no one seems to care.
You know whose accent is really bad? What's his face's Cockney accent in The Gentleman? The one that was in Sons of Anarchy.
Fuck.
I was talking about this before. What's his name, chat? I'm forgetting now.
I haven't seen The Gentleman, but I've seen bits. Like I know.
Charlie Hunnam.
I don't think I've heard it. But
it's so bad, dude.
I believe it.
Wait, look at this but he's British.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's.
I thought he was American because it was so bad, dude. Look, here's the clip. With
a warning shot.
Yeah, he was interviewed.
Is he gonna have a shootout with those kids? Like, come on, it's fucking Britain. They're not strapped.
He was interviewed and admitted he lost his English accent after years of Sons of Anarchy. Oh wait, okay, we're gonna get back to the accent thing. The original accent video that we were watching.
As actually one of the most linguistically diverse states in the country. I want to bring in Kalina Newmark now to talk about Native American English.
Hello, my name is Kalina Newmark, and I am Talita Dene First Nations from the Northwest Territories, Canada. I come from a strong line of Dene and Métis leaders who are passionate about our language and cultural teachings. The Lumbee tribe is the largest state-recognized Native American tribe in North Carolina. Lumbee speakers combine and pronounce English words that distinguish them from African American and Southern speakers. Since encountering white settlers in the mid-1800s, the Lumbee have carved out a dialect of English that is uniquely theirs. One interesting feature is that Lumbee English speakers share vowel sounds present in the Outer Banks accent, where tide is pronounced toid. You can hear that in this native speaker clip.
Well, when he got halfway, that little ditch on this side, ditch on this side, ditch on this side.
Thank you, Kalina. So that Ocracoke Island high tider accent is an accent that's disappearing fast. The younger Ocracokers tend to speak much more mainstream American English. There's a popular idea that we're losing regional accents, that people are sounding more and more similar. That's true of some people in some places, especially some of these isolated communities. But it's not true across the board. There are actually plenty of accent differences that are getting more and more distinct over time. But of course, it's a complex picture. There are parts of the South that don't have all that much Southern about them, accent-wise. Raleigh, North Carolina, and Austin, Texas are two good examples. A lot of people from those two cities may be pretty hard to identify by their accents.
Not even sound
which brings us to what is sometimes called General American. What's General American? The first thing is, it's not one accent. It's basically a terrible term for a wide variety of accents that essentially don't have a lot of obvious regional.
Because I know that like Southerners will code switch. So
What do you mean, like?
I feel like general accent, like Southerners know that they have a Southern accent, and they will literally code switch and do General American if they're.
You think I sound Midwestern?
Yeah, on purpose. No, you just sound General American. I think I sound General American. You sound General American.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll say hella or whatever, but.
No, but I think
the default.
I would say you guys will think you sound General American because like everyone thinks they don't have much of an
we
accent.
have the one though.
I think we do have General American. Like
What
the
is it-
only
ask
the
the-
only
ask the chat.
the main difference is the main difference in the way I speak. Like when I was in New Jersey and in New York or whatever, I would say mad a lot. Yo, that's mad good. That's mad good. I would also say slurs a lot. But now that I am older and live in California, it's more like I'd never say mad good.
Yeah, but that's a dialect thing. That's not an accent thing.
I'll never say like mad good. I won't use mad. And even then, it's like vocabulary, I guess.
No, but that's a dialect thing, not an accent thing. Like you're talking about your dialect, which is like, yeah, fair enough. You can have a very like standard dialect with a thick accent, you know. Like I'm curious what this general American accent is. That's a different thing.
Me and Austin sound.
You sound the same, so you're both gonna go, oh, we don't have an accent because you can't detect
even chat's saying that though.
You and chat are agreeing that you sound the same, but would you say they're a general American accent, chat? Because maybe they are right. Like I can't say, but like is it general or is it just they're all yapping? Never mind.
General. They're all saying a general accent. Yeah.
Fair enough. I just don't think anyone can judge themselves as general American. I think you can't. It has to be objectively sort of decided.
There is no general American. There's literally a general American. We're looking at the general American accent currently.
Distinctive features in them. We're going to talk to Sun Michaud now. Sun is a native speaker of Gullah, a fascinating and really important Creole language spoken in the Low Countries in the Carolinas, Georgia, and Florida.
Gullah is a language spoken in a region of the United States called the Gullah Geechee Cultural Heritage Corridor, which extends officially from Wilmington, North Carolina, down to Jacksonville, Florida.
Creole.
Gullah is an Atlantic Creole, most similar with Bahamian Creole English and Bajan Creole. In fact, when I visited the Bahamas, a bunch of the local women thought that I'd been a local too. There are a variety of factors that inform the language. For instance, the secluded plantations on the Sea Island, a mixture of African languages, as well as the accents of lower class English and Irish indentured servants and slavers. European slavers were so ill-suited for the Sea Island's environment that they would often afford long periods of solitary time to our ancestors with little to no oversight. Slavers would mismatch the languages in order to confound them and hinder their ability to organize rebellions. Now, the scheme of this tactic was designed for our Gullah Geechee ancestors to be forced to speak English so that their overseers could be privy to their communications. But what slavers didn't predict is that this first-generation English-based African pidgin would develop into a Creole, a fully mature rule-governed language of its own, much of which remains with us today due to generations of forced segregation and eventual separation by choice before the building of bridges that increased easy access to and fro. I'm going to walk you through a few distinct features of the Gullah Geechee accent. For example, the kit-foot vowels are reversed for the words fish and foot to sound like fush and fit. The lot trap vowels are reversed for God and pat to sound like gad and pot. The softening of the T's, where butter and bent would sound like butter and bean. Gullah speakers also drop consonants for vowels where the two words meet. For instance, in the sentences that gal there and that boy there, the word for there, there, adds or subtracts the D depending on if there's a consonant or a vowel preceding it. The importance of accent to the Gullah Geechee language simply cannot be overstated. It is the clearest bond between ourselves and other displaced Africans throughout colonized spaces in the Black diaspora. How we sound is as important as what we say, because our accent is a statement in itself. This has been your Gullah teacher, Sun Michaud. Stay safe, and as always, we out ya. Peace.
Thank you so much, Sun. So, if you're keeping count, that's 6 Southern accents already, even though we're not being remotely comprehensive here, and we've only been through a few states. Lots more to come. As we get into the Piney Woods Belt, Southern Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi, and Northern Florida, we get into one of the parts of the South that's always been rhotic. A lot of the South was historically non-rhotic.
That sort of shit.
That's where you get this sort of Blanche Dubois, Scarlett O'Hara kind of classical Southern accent. You can hear that in this clip here.
I've always depended on the kindness of strangers.
You hear how there's no R in strangers?
Strangers.
That's a non-rhotic accent. But that's changed, and changed fast over the last few decades, so that most younger white Southerners are now rhotic. In most of the Piney Woods Belt, though, they always have been. Now, Nicole talked about the fact that some African-American speakers in the Southern Appalachians smooth out the I diphthong, the price vowel in some words, and we get a long I sound. But in other words, it stays a diphthong, I. And this is a pattern we find in a lot of the South. In most of the Piney Woods Belt, though, There's always been what we can describe as full price.
It's crazy that he's just getting more racist. Not even saying anything. It's just the way he said African American.
Heavily now.
The way he said African Americans, he said it with a hard A.
Smoothing, where some Southerners smooth the diphthong in words like fly, rise, and ride, but use diphthong in rice and right. Here in the Piney Woods Belt, we're going to smooth them all. Fly, rise, ride, and rice, right, life, night, and so on. There's an interesting posture thing here, too, which is that you start to get tongue tips that are very edge-focused. And what I mean by that is that instead of using this part of the tongue,
what the
blade
that was a
for
lot.
things like
that,
T and D sounds,
so
that there's a lot of surface contact, duh. We just use the narrow edge of the tongue, so it's a more focused contact area, duh.
Contact area.
10 tired turtles talk about dentists.
Sounds kind of breathy.
We're going to end part 1 right here, but we're...
Holy fuck, there's a part 2. We're not doing part 2.
No, that was.
It's got a little boring by the end of it. I'm not
it
gonna
was
lie.
drawn out.
Birmingham.
Herschel Walker.
We got here from Birmingham.
From fucking Birmingham.
From fucking Birmingham.
I'm so excited for this Herschel
Hey,
Walker bombshell.
Oh damn! It's time for a 60-second ad break. From Birmingham, it's £5 for £5, or for free with the Twitch Prime. You no longer need to see those ads.
Don't need to watch any ads. There'd be no reason. I can't bother. The accents confuse me now. I've heard too many accents.
Yeah,
I've gotten confused. I can't think how Birmingham sounds anymore. They've made me American. All I can think of is the Deep South.
Yeah. Tell Austin Justin Jefferson will leave his team.
Tell him to shut. Tell that person to shut the.
Tell them to shut their damn mouth. They don't know what they're talking about.
Hell yeah, brother. Lala Lakeisha, thank you for the 5 get this subs now.
We're 4-1. What? You must be a Packers fan. Tell me what it's like at the bottom of the division.
No fucking clue what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know either, but let me tell you what I
like
do
at
know.
The bottom of the division.
Let me tell you what I do
Aaron
know.
Rodgers and one
Top of the hour is
Super Bowl.
upon us, folks, and I'm about to hit that 1 minute ad break right now. You hear me? The 1 minute ad break is upon us. Here it is. Let's watch
Skull,
Herschel
baby.
Walker. He's still pissed. He's still bent. He's still fucking talking about.
Is that guy still pissed?
Oh, the abortion thing.
No, I'm talking about Austin. He's still like,
oh, sorry.
Still
I thought you meant Herschel. I'm like,
yeah, we've like moved on. Austin's still like, yeah, fuck you, dude. Bet you're a fucking Packer.
Fuck you, dude. Your team's losing.
As they've been saying, something is better somewhere else. And I'm here to tell you it's not. So I've been telling this little story about this bull out in the field with 6 cows. And 3 of them are pregnant. So you know he got something going on. But all he cared about is kept his nose against the fence, looking at 3 other cows that didn't belong to him. Now all he had to do is eat grass. But no. He thought something was better somewhere else. So he decided, I want to get over there. So one day he measured that fence up. And he said, I think I can jump this. So that day came where he got back. And he got back, and as he took off running, he dove over that fence, and his belly got cut up onto the bottom. But as he made it over on the other side, he shook it off and got so excited about it. And he ran to the top of that hill, but when he got up there, he realized they were bulls too. So what I'm telling you...
I don't think anybody understood what the
don't
fuck he
think
just
something
said.
is better somewhere else.
What is he talking about?
So what was the point? Like he just said the grass is greener on the other side, but he told this whole story about a cow wanting to fuck. Okay,
what the hell is he talking? I don't. Has he ever put together a cohesive
Everything is
sentence?
CTE, bro. Everything. It's just like Herschel Walker just now. I've been telling this little story about this bull out in the field with 6 cows and 3 of them are pregnant, so you know he's got something going on.
What's even the? It's so I can't even. I don't. Fuck.
So he's gay now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's really a progressive story about a bull finding his identity.
He said every hole's a goal, man. That's what he said.
Bisexual bull crosses the field, realizes it's just as good on the other side.
CTE, man.
Dude, admitting the more abortions. Moral, I left my kids and I'm gay.
Yeah, literally, like, I just don't understand the point he's trying to fucking push.
I don't even know what he was trying to say, but I never do, and which is why I love Herschel Walker, okay? It's great.
Fuck is he talking about?
Also wonderful here is that he's surrounded by one of the most racist, but also one of the most boring motherfuckers, Tom Cotton, and also Lord Voldemort, Rick Scott.
Right.
This guy is responsible for the largest Medicare fraud and also was the governor of Florida after he did the largest Medicare fraud.
Right. Okay. Nice. Always
So
nice
you
to
know,
that.
so that was cool. And then Tom Cotton,
It was a
famous
different time, Hasan. I think people change. Okay.
Yeah. Tom Cotton, on the other hand, I think literally wrote an op-ed in the New York Times about killing black people during the George Floyd protests.
Hey.
So I mean, his last name is literally Cotton. That's all you need to know.
I know, but like,
he was like, we should use the military to kill people that are protesting.
My brain, like, I think the thing with America is like, I cannot fathom the idea that people like that are just allowed to bop about, because like I think you get much less extremism in the UK. And like, so like shit like that, like no one would give them the fucking time of day. Like they wouldn't be televised.
I mean, you guys do have EDO.
Yeah, but the EDL, I don't feel like you see them in the media. And shit.
Oh yeah, here it is. Tom Cotton, send in the troops. The nation must restore order. The military stands
fucking
ready.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he did say all that. That was crazy.
Wild how fucking...
Editor's note, after publication, this essay met strong criticism from many readers and many times colleagues, prompting editors to review the piece and the editing process. Based on that review, we have concluded that the essay fell short of our standards and should not have been published.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
What? Wait, you mean to tell me this isn't what you want to publish?
here's what happens in the UK more prominently. UK already has like UK is openly more classist. America is openly more racist. Like UK still has racism, obviously,
100%.
Plenty of racism, but especially plenty of Islamophobia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
However, it is more like UK is way more openly UK people way more openly show their disdain for the working class, whereas America loves being racist and acting like they're a part of the working class, and that racism is actually a fundamental core plank of being working class.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's the main difference.
No, classism's heavy. The shit that got me, which like it was one of the how I was like saying like I can't believe like a guy like that is just allowed to be televised. Fucking Rishi Sunak was in. I don't exactly remember where he was, but he's at a fucking mixer with a lot of upper class rich people. And he's talking to them about, if he was prime minister, his sort of plans for government funding and so on and so forth. And he's like, he literally almost, I'm paraphrasing, but almost directly goes, we're going to give less to the poor. No, sorry. The exact word was basically, we're going to give less to those in need of financial support and put more into underfunded communities like this. And it's like it's like as if he couldn't hear the words that had left his mouth. He was basically like, all these people that need funding, we won't be giving them that, but we're going to be putting more money into this place because the government doesn't give you enough. And it's like, yeah, because they don't fucking need it. But this is the clip. Yeah.
Changing the funding formulas to make sure that areas like this are getting the funding that they deserve. Because we inherited a bunch of formulas from the Labour Party that shoved all the funding into deprived urban areas.
It's like, what? I can't. How does a man go, oh, this place needs more funding? Because ultimately, when the Labour Party went to put it in the deprived areas, they need it.
It's not productive, mate. You don't understand
my brain cannot fathom.
It's not productive.
I can't fathom.
That needed to be undone.
But that's what I'm saying. Like this,
I thought that was better.
This inherently, like in America, they would never say it like this. They would have to say it like black people are welfare queens. Like it had to be shrouded in white supremacy.
Oh, of course.
Any kind of classist rhetoric like this in America is always hammered on with white supremacist overtones, so that you can sell it to the dumbass fucking racist people.
There's no racial notes tied to it. It's purely just
about that.
Whereas in the UK, because you guys have still like the House of Lords and shit, and centuries of classism built into all of your institutions, there is way more open disdain for the working poor. Americans mask their disdain for the working poor by, masking it under the guise of white supremacist agitated propaganda. Yeah, motherfuckers still have dukes. It's crazy.
Yeah, no.
What's a duke?
A duke? I don't even fucking know. This is the thing. The fucking feudal system still exists, and I don't know what it means. Because no one, I don't even think anyone does.
Yeah. If their classes, even the hogs will hate them. Perfect example, Mitt Romney. Exactly. Mitt Romney, one of his biggest problems was he was so fucking rich. And because he was so rich and so posh, he often said really silly shit like having an elevator for his cars. You know what I mean? Like that was an attack against him. Whereas I feel like in the UK, you have literal fucking barons and lords and shit within the Tory party and the Conservative party where like, you know.
I think it's just you are allowed if you're, or it's more accepted that if you are of the upper class, you will just hate the lower class. And that is so accepted by the lower class that expectation is already passed on to you from the get-go. And because every single politician is of the upper class, you don't get the choice to go, oh, well, at least this one like has my interest in mind. Because none of them fucking do. Like there is, some of them have it more in mind than others, but absolutely none of them do.
A duke is someone who rules a duchy, a count rules a county, and a baron rules a city.
Oh, is that? Oh, interesting.
You go, a baron.
A duchy is.
Oh,
wait,
duchy.
No, is that because it's the Duke of Edinburgh? Wait, no, what? No, I have no fucking idea how it works.
A duchy, yeah.
I don't know how you'd say that word either.
A baron rules a barony.
It's pronounced dookie. Oh. No way.
No.
He rules a dookie.
No way. No, isn't it duchy? Is it a dookie?
He fucking rules a dookie.
Oh, God.
For the record, obviously, this is a leftist community, and you all already recognize that, like, no matter where you are in the fucking world, there is still a very much violence that you are perpetrating against the working class if you are from the upper class, if you are from a capital-owning class. Like, we all recognize that. I'm just talking about the way that they propagandize it, the way they communicate that message to a broader audience, and places like the UK are a little bit different than places like the United States of America. He said, like you. Exactly. I fucking despise the working class. I despise it. That's why I'm always advocating against it.
He's really rude to all the servants that work here.
Yeah, all of them. I'm slapping him around, yeah? You already know what he is. I say, hey, get back to the basement. I mean, that's not even proper posh. I say, get back to the basement, please.
Please.
Yes.
You had please and now it's
Yes.
posh. I like that.
Pronouncing something right for the first time and Chad is gaslighting him? Oh, really? Anyway, here is some racism.
I would love to be having a front page of the Telegraph with a plane taking off to Rwanda. That's my dream. That's my dream. It's
when
my
will that
obsession.
happen?
What a wonderful dream.
I would love to be.
She wants to send immigrants to Rwanda.
Oh, was that what it was? Sorry, I didn't quite gather the initial point. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh wait, isn't that something we already start doing?
I'm not sure, but I'll just say I'll say this, like, if you guys are confused about like what I mean about whiteness in America, a country that like still very much loves to keep alive white supremacy, and how you sometimes see black people, Hispanic people operate within those boundaries. Even black people operate within the boundaries of white supremacy while, advocating for white supremacist values. It takes time. And over time, you will also have, in the UK, you have a lot of Indian people, like of Indian descent, that are Tories, that absolutely also are doing white supremacist shit. It just takes time and generations. When you get to multiple generations of living in the country, you also adopt the same kind of rhetoric, language, and values of white supremacy. That's it.
It's true.
You're laughing. You say Indian white supremacists, but there are black white supremacists too. Austin is so bored.
No, I'm not.
For a guy who watches my broadcast for fun.
Would you guys quit it? I'm not bored at all. I'm sitting here respectfully. They're just analyzing every body movement and just saying something about
Welcome to being literally in front of 30,000 people all day, dude. What do you think was going to happen?
Every moment is being hyper analyzed underneath a microscope.
Yeah.
Just high.
I did fall asleep for about 30 seconds, but that was.
Austin would never be high. Don't accuse
No,
him of
I
that.
actually haven't smoked weed since a couple days ago.
Oh.
But it was just like a couple of puffs. Somebody had a joint. Passed it
It
around.
didn't even count. Like, it doesn't count.
Remember when we were talking about North Carolina not wanting to be a part of the South? Let's take a look at what they have to say about the reaction to the removal of a Confederate statue.
They're tearing down our history. That
I hope they interviewed Carl Jacobs. I think Carl was the one who said that. Actually, they're tearing down our history.
some are saying about the removal of a Confederate statue from the center of a North Carolina town. Similar statues are coming down across the South, sparking new clashes and simmering racial tension. Ellie Reed is out.
Why?
When they moved the statue Fame from his perch, it was surreal. For a lot of people of color, it represents a very dark time in our history.
They're tearing down our history, the true history. They say that it hurts maybe the black community's feelings. It hurts my feelings for them that they were slaves and now their history's getting torn down.
A statue of a Greek goddess carrying a dying Confederate soldier stands in the center of Salisbury.
No, you need to remember. You need to remember that part.
I mean, that's part of the reason why a lot of these statues, I don't know about this one, but a lot of these statues were not built in the immediate aftermath or during the Confederacy, but they were built during the Civil Rights Movement.
Right.
Because the statues were to unironically say, hey, know your place. That's why they put it outside of like court. That's why they put it outside of like City Hall.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it. It's to reinstitute that somber reminder that like black people should know exactly what their place is in society.
It's very weird, like, narrative around, like, removal of history that I don't fuck with. Because it's like, I'm of the belief that, you shouldn't erase any part of history, but you shouldn't have on display the evil part. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't...
No, but this isn't also a display of history. This is glorifying it.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, because people use, with examples like this, and the same thing happened in the UK when a lot of statues were torn down.
Weren't a lot even built during Reconstruction and Jim Crow? Yes.
It's like, a lot of people argue that, you shouldn't remove history. And it's like, 100% you shouldn't forget things, but you shouldn't fucking memorialize and celebrate parts. You know what I mean? It's like certain things aren't to be celebrated, even if, they shouldn't be forgotten. Exactly. There's
even the USSR engaged in de-Stalinization, and these motherfuckers can't do a de-Confederatization.
Yeah, it pisses me off because, don't eliminate history. But as you say, there's places.
Put a museum, make a museum.
Yeah, there's
a
places
historical
for
museum
that
or
history
something
to be consolidated. It's not out in the fucking streets.
Yeah, it's not to be celebrated.
Yeah, exactly. These fuckers would keep up Hitler statues and call it historical. Literally,
but
exact
his
same
group is still
mentality.
going.
It's fucking stupid.
Americans are fighting over how the country's history is told, whether in public monuments or school textbooks. We wanted to know why some still feel so connected.
Oh, by the way, that's the movement.
Public monuments or school textbooks. We wanted to know
the Daughters of the Confederacy.
But Robert E. Lee didn't even want statues of himself.
This is true. He did not want monuments. He did not want the L flag displayed. He was like, I took the L, okay? And that guy was not a good guy, okay? And even he recognized, and even his children, his grandchildren, recognized that, there should be no Confederate monuments. But the Daughters of the Confederacy were like, yeah, fuck that. No. And they have actively and very successfully worked to rewrite history as well.
My face when I'm attention seeking.
know why some still feel so
there's nothing more beyond that. It's like,
So we asked Greg if we could come to a meeting.
It's a tough subject to have an event and put a Confederate flag up because people that don't understand why we're doing it are quick to call us names.
What is the reason?
And we're not doing anything wrong. We love everybody. I don't want to tear history down. I want to add to it.
Fame had become a public safety problem because people would show up at its feet when there was a racial incident in the news, like after the death of George Floyd. Anthony Smith was there.
We were out there. The kids were chanting. Then pro-Confederates start to emerge on the other side of the street.
They didn't want to see the monument vandalized or otherwise attacked.
A gentleman who's apparently a white nationalist drove down here to join in with that group. He pulls out a gun.
Fucking loser.
Fires it. It's kind of like, okay, this keeps escalating.
It was originally for police brutality, and then all of a sudden it just got focused on taking that down. A directly non-related issue.
No, it's not directly non-related, you fucking muppet.
Muppet.
and
Sorry, no,
memorials
that was
have
like
nothing to do with
such a
individual
moronic
acts.
sentence.
Is this you'd think the Confederacy was alive for longer than fucking 4 years with the way that they, LARP.
That, you know what? I didn't. This is the thing that fucking has now baffled me further. Yeah, it's literally it's fucking 4 years of history.
It's a 4 year. It's 4 years of sequential L taking for these fucking losers, dude. These inbred fucking losers.
Oh, it makes me so pissed because he's like, it's unrelated. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I can't.
Muppet.
I'm getting pissed off.
Actions of law enforcement.
BLM has sent black folks backwards. Oh, good one, dude.
You understand the argument that the Black Lives Matter protesters would be making of why police brutality.
Montana Jack says Tubbo has been streaming Minecraft longer than the Confederacy's been around.
Literally, it's like, no, it's such a good point,
in a
though.
Confederate monument.
There's not going to be a fucking Tubbo statue erected.
Not really, given it's an
Like, if there
inanimate
is,
object.
fucking hell, then like
Yet.
cut out my tongue a bit like.
Yet. Why isn't there a Tubbo statue erected? Tubbo is an institution.
Fucking hell.
We should replace all the Confederate statues with statues of Tubbo.
Explain it for you. The idea.
Put it in Bognor
is
Regis.
that
Yeah, put in
the state
Anno Londo and Bognor
Tubbo's
Regis.
got to be the biggest thing to come out of Bognor Regis
Black
ever, I
people,
think.
prevent them from voting.
He's got to get the key to the city.
using violence
Oh,
and
something like that,
intimidation to keep the population oppressed.
Right.
And so that's the connection.
Fame was removed from downtown in July 2020 and placed in a Confederate cemetery a year later. After the BLM protest,
Very
Smith
fucking
decided-
quickly made.
How did you find, dude? Did you make this? Like,
This
what
has
the
got to
fuck?
pre-exist, surely. What the fuck?
That's right. That's good. Dude, Austin, they're treating you like a little girl, by the way. Like, whenever I have a female guest on, they're like over the top worried about.
They're treating me like a queen.
Yeah, they're like, are you bored? Are you okay? You haven't given Austin some water.
Are you bored? Don't worry, I can explain this to you.
I kind of love that. Is that kind of weird? Did I love that?
You like being looked
Decided
after
to
like
run
that?
for
I
city
like being
council.
looked after. I like
see
being
This
objectified.
fight for pronounced display of Confederate
I love it
symbols
so much.
as them trying to create a sense of I'm a part of a story, and y'all trying to take my story away from me. Now the problem is that that story is problematic because a lot of that story has to do with the dehumanization of people that look like me.
It's also
That's the
not
part
the real
it's
story.
difficult to have a conversation about.
I personally would like to hear everybody's opinion, no matter their background, whether it be African American or Asian, Hispanic.
But Greg,
Yes.
there's no way I'm the first person who told you that some people see the Confederate monument as pro-slavery
Of
or
course.
pro-white supremacy.
There's people out there that believe that.
So, well,
What the fuck
you
is
were
this
just saying,
weird?
Well, if someone wants to come to me and tell me they're offended, I'll listen. But like, they've been saying it.
They haven't came here. Have they ever came to you and said anything?
Well, can't you read a paper?
Well, yeah, I can read a paper, but I'm saying if somebody
Wait, no, can you though?
one-on-one.
Like, actually, can
I'm
you?
calling reasonable doubt here.
Are you capable of reading, bro?
What is
What's
this,
good?
What is this weird denial that the U.S. Civil War
No,
wasn't
they-
based on slavery?
No, it's not even a denial. They recognize it. That's precisely why they do it. There's no other reason why they would like defend the Confederate statues that hard. It's just no one wants to be called racist. Even racists don't want to be called racist because like racism is a core evil value.
You know
so
what?
they recognize that. So which is precisely why they're like, well, it's actually not for racist reasons. It's for good reasons. Come on now.
I disagree with you, and you want to know why? One of the most unique experiences of my life was once a family Christmas dinner. There was a distant family member there. He's an older guy. He's like 80. He said some racist shit. I don't remember what it was, but I remember like giving him a look. Everyone kind of gave him a look. I was sat next to him, and he looked me dead in the eyes. He looked to the right, and he went, bear in mind, I'm like, what, like 14 at this point? He like looks me in the eyes. He goes, Jack, are you racist? And because someone had told him he'd been racist, and I was like, no,
You're like-
not really.
you're like,
and he,
yeah,
he looked me
I
dead
am.
in the eyes. He went, I am. He was proud of it. He literally looked me dead in the eyes. He
Well,
went,
I mean that's
I am.
that's among family. You know what I mean? It's,
I was fucking flabbergasted. I never in my life had someone he looked me dead in the eyes. So went, I am, and I was like, I can't argue with this. I didn't know what to say. I couldn't
Stop
argue with it.
giga chatting, dude. What's wrong with you motherfuckers, yo? Oh my god, that's not It's not Giga Chad to be like, I'm racist. It's not good.
They've been saying it.
They haven't came here. Have they ever came to you? And
Is he
said
still
anything?
alive?
What, can't you read the paper?
God damn.
You should follow up and see what he thinks still. See if he's
No,
still
oh,
alive.
he's still like.
Oh, you think from 80 to 84 his mentality changed?
A lot of the
No.
world is gained new perspective in the last 5
Yeah, I
6
doubt
years.
an 84-year-old living in fucking northern UK.
I think
I live in a very racist area.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. So I,
think
don't
he's
anymore, but
yeah. I think he's probably pretty progressive nowadays. You can always change.
Yeah, he's probably he's gay now. I heard.
He does drag in Brighton.
Yeah.
he moved with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah,
No
I
way
read
he's
the
living in
paper, but I'm
Mansfield and
saying
learning
if
new
somebody
fucking,
individually
new
wants to
fucking
speak to
values.
me
That place is
one-on-one.
bad.
Why do you need to be spoken to individually? I mean, you were there when Black Lives Matter protesters were protesting it.
Yes.
You could have listened then.
To be fair, I didn't have a choice but to listen because they were chanting.
he's like the victim.
It's like, I didn't want to listen to it.
I didn't want to listen to him, but they forced me.
I had a handful of people come up and whisper, "Are you a Democrat?"
Really?
like it's shameful.
Salisbury's demographics are changing. More people of color, more people from urban areas. Alyssa Redmond bought her bookstore after 15 years in the Foreign Service.
Salisbury is a fairly liberal town, but we are surrounded by a very conservative county. And I wanted to be in a place where my vote would matter, but also my voice.
I can see maybe how it looks scary to them. Like, man, the world is not like it was.
Confederate
And some
Avenue.
people are not taking it well.
Jesus
The local newspaper still gets letters from people who are upset that fame was moved.
I see it as a cleansing movement. The movement that was created to take down one monument was to take down every monument.
Yeah, it is a cleansing.
Essentially,
You are absolutely
the
correct.
existing culture with something
perfectly good
entirely
thing.
different.
But you said there was a cleansing, and I'm wondering who is cleansing.
He said, Hasan, you're such an inspiration. I'm glad you're using your platform to create more beta feminist cucks like yourself. Man, that's not what your mom said, dude. She seems to be a fan. She seems to be a fan, brother. He said beta feminist cucks. The neckbeard energy permeates from this tweet. This sentence right here, not tweet. Where this guy wants to hold on to like the fucking 4chan poll era so bad. He's like, oh man, I wish when we were doing Kekistan rants in 2014, and this dumbass had to wait for 14 minutes to be able to write this, only to get fucking ass blasted. Beta cuck feminist. Your uncle, TYT.
You know.
That's how I know how old a particular brand of reactionary idiot is in my chat. It's like way sadder when they bring up. It's fucking way sadder when they bring up the TYT and shit like that.
Like
that's how you know
buzzwords.
you're like 30 plus, dog. That's so sad. You should have grown up. You know what I mean? You had every right.
That's such a good one. Someone said alphas famously use the term alpha and beta.
Yeah.
It's such a fucking good point. No one fucking says that shit. That's so funny.
Oh.
Fucking hell. 34 years old, molding.
Chunk yogurt. Bro, you're like 35. Go find a wife. Okay? What are you doing? Have children. Okay?
Settle down, bro.
Or find a boyfriend.
Or that.
A good husband that you can
adopt with.
Or you can.
Well, not only statues, but just
there's plenty of options.
Historical fact in general.
I want to know who exactly is doing the replacing.
Democrats.
What do you mean?
Angie.
You think Democrats are replacing
I'm not
white
speaking
voters?
for him. I'm speaking for me right now because I see what you're doing and you're turning this on a
I see what you're doing with your logic.
Good. Let me tell you what a cleansing is.
Okay.
Let me tell you real quick.
Our nasty history of slavery and
What?
shitty white people who did shitty things to black people. Okay.
Why is she so mad?
Unintentionally based. She's like, this is a cleansing of our shitty history and the terrible things white people did to black people. And like, I'm like,
I feel like she's trying to present herself as though like she's anti-racist.
I can't wrap my head around it.
I need to be able to say the N-word to a black person because otherwise you're erasing my history. Okay, you're erasing the awful history of racism in this country.
She like acknowledges the fact that it was a shitty thing and that they're erasing like shitty history. And it's like
exactly. No, she's an anti-racist Confederate defender. Okay, Confederacy defender. Even this guy's like, I don't know about that, Bertha. You kind of popped off on that one, Bertha.
Look at his face.
You kind of just proving her point.
There's a cleansing of that, and then history's being retold.
No, it's
retold.
not.
We're going.
No, the fuck, it's not being retold.
Well, I want to know what Greg thinks. And the reason I ask, and just to be transparent here, is you use the term cleansing and replacement. And those are both terms that I've seen a lot in the white power movement. So are you consciously referring to those things?
No.
Shut the fuck up, pussy. Yeah, you are. God, that's again, racist people are such pussies. Like, they can't even. He's like, no, not at all. No. What the fuck? Why would you say that?
Is any racial cleansing being done?
Fucking hell.
Because
Put it on, bro.
I don't believe that
Don't worry, I put that shit on my
Confederate
head.
monuments
Twitter,
represent
me?
something that's
Dude, it was so
specifically
funny
driven by
because
race.
Eric
Made Ted put it
at
on.
TwitchCon. So one of your fans came up to me and wanted me to sign a "Make America Great Again" hat.
Oh yeah, they came up to me too, but I was running. I couldn't sign it.
No, but I know I would have signed it for the meme. But he came up to me. I was surrounded by like Minecraft stands.
Right.
And everybody was like, he like gets out the hat and immediately, like, I don't think they know your community. So immediately they thought he was a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I had the pen and I was about to sign it. And everybody's like,
yeah. No, like literally.
And then you slammed it in the ground. You're like, I hate this.
Then I was like, you know what? I don't think this is a good idea. I know you're joking, but I just don't think this is a good idea.
Literally, like, I put that on my head. We watched this video. We laugh about it. Perfectly funny bit. One screenshot gets removed out of context, posted on Twitter.com. I have a week worth of discourse. It's just not worth the funny bit to put the fucking hat on my head. Like, it's just a week worth of stress for me.
That's
because like, I think anyone with context would be like, oh yeah, he's just like satirizing these fucking racists. But then like everyone is like Twitter.com do not care.
Yeah, no,
Their ass does not
no
care.
jokes, no jokes allowed.
So I didn't want to get, especially I had Twitter was right in front of me. You know what I mean?
No, being a leftist is about no humor, no jokes. Okay, I mean I do that shit all the time. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but the thing is, the people who are going to be passing judgment.
Except
on
when
you,
Dream does it, it's fine. No, I literally have defended Dream's like liberals are responsible for cancel culture tweet because like I would say the exact same thing. Like Dream has been what do you call it? Not the most understanding at times in this past about like what people have like yelled at him for. Some of which is also like completely blown out of proportion because he's fucking Dream, but. That one was ridiculous. That people were just like upset about that. TwitchCon fans mistaking you for Hank Pecker. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Listen, man. If you don't want me wearing conservative drip, then don't make it so fucking sick looking. You know what I mean? Like,
fuck's sake.
Yeah, AmeriCorps is awesome for me. I love that shit.
If Twitter sees this, Jack was not fucking hell.
Yeah.
I'm not putting on the fucking hat. Can you imagine? Like, it's just not worth the fucking.
Isn't Dream pro Trump? Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's why he built one of the largest, like, woke, sometimes too woke rad lib communities on the fucking planet. Because he's so secretly pro Trump, he just wants more people to oppose him.
Yeah, no. He I don't understand that narrative because it's always like, why would he fucking do that? Like, very early on into his career, he'd be like, oh, I hate this audience, and stop.
You just sounded like you were from Liverpool, Peel. Why would I fucking do that?
Why would he fucking do that? But no, at the same time,
he's such a hater. He wants to grind harder at hating. That's what it is. Yeah.
It's such a stupid mentality.
Yeah.
If any one member of our organization parked any notion of racial supremacy or domestic terrorism, I would nip that in the bud real quick.
No, you
And I was
wouldn't.
here
Shut
with
the fuck up. You're literally defending Confederate statues. You 100% would not. He's making it seem like he would call out his uncle at Thanksgiving dinner. You know, like, hey, uncle, that's a microaggression. You better stop that now, Uncle Bo. Yeah, Thanksgiving dinner is just a Klan rally.
What organization? It's like, what organization?
Yeah.
Just now. It was a really fascinating conversation. You always bring that. So this, of course, this monument, this statue was moved. There are other statues.
It's not like you're going to cultivate a more right-wing audience like Schlatt. Yeah, Schlatt, also a famous right-winger, Jay Schlatt.
Oh, that shit gets me. The idea that Schlatt like isn't anything like the fucking ironic Republican bit.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, he's
such
really a Republican. He fucking hates damn Democrats.
Yeah, no, Jay Schlatt, I hate him. That's why I always. It's so funny because it'll always be like a Minecraft stand that's wearing like Jay Schlatt merch, and whenever I see it, I will immediately start off by being like, "Oh, Jay Schlatt, that's my least favorite Minecrafter," and they get like sad. I'm like, I'm kidding. It's not. I'm not being serious.
I love it. Jay Schlatt showed up to a Lover host wearing the first family shirt.
Oh God,
yeah. Jay Schlatt is
The
Republican.
Obamas.
Jay Schlatt is Republican. He killed the Queen. He's an Irish Republican. Okay.
How are you doing, by the way? I'm so sorry for your loss.
Oh, I'm okay. My exact way of finding out was I was laying in bed and I saw a DM from Tommy in it that said she's really gone with 3 sad faces. And I thought,
was that an emotional time for you?
Well, initially I laughed because I thought, well, did I really just find out the fucking queen of our country died through the Tommy Innit DM? She's really gone. But then I was like, I was in London at the time as well, and it was really weird because I was like, oh shit, I actually have to go home, and but I left the morning afterwards, and just every fucking, you know how you have like the billboards, like digital billboards with like ads, every single one was just like a picture of the Queen, like Queen Elizabeth II, and then the day.
Let me tell you my
bro. The dick riding is crazy. Okay.
No. Okay. So hold on.
Sorry, fanny riding.
Can we have some respect for? We have.
You know what? I'm gonna do that right now. Actually, good reminder
we need to show some respect.
It's time. I'm crossing the X's on the Queen's
doing that
alley.
shit now? Well, I'm here.
doing it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Blatant fucking disrespect.
Oh, there she is, right there.
I'm trying to find a picture I took in London. Of like
There it is, bruv.
What it
Hold
looks
on, yeah.
like.
Hold on a moment.
This. Fucking look at how like dystopian this is, right?
Oh,
so like there was like this. Every billboard was displaying this, but then as you went up the fucking escalators, where these would all be ads,
it's just Queen Elizabeth.
It like look. I'll fucking show you. All right, so like this is like fucking hell. Don't focus on Obama. See if I can get this to focus. I don't think it's gonna do it.
Put your hand in front of it.
Hi, Fifi.
Fucking do this shit.
It's not working. You gotta get closer.
There you are. So that's like every big billboard in fucking London has that on, right? But even the small little ad ones do. As you go into the fucking escalators, every single little one is the fucking dead Queen staring at you. Tell me that shit isn't dystopian as fuck. That was like scary.
How does this make you feel?
Oh my God, are you vandalizing the Queen?
I have that exact same cutout, and only reason I still have it is because when the Movil guys came to my house, they set up. The Movil guys were packing all my shit, and they set up all my cardboard cutouts, and just I walked in the room, and they were all just laughing at them because I got like a few weird ones, and they were like, "What do you want to do with these?" And I'm like, I saw the one of the Queen and Obama, and I'm like, I feel like if I throw that out, that's like disrespectful. I probably should keep that.
I mean, no more disrespectful than this man. This demon.
Oh yeah, no, I mean he's
this demon.
Are you gonna get in? Are you gonna put your face in the slot?
No.
You gonna get in there with the dead
Queen?
Queen?
It's too much work.
You
to
demon.
Put Obama's face back in, so I don't do it.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah.
There he is, yeah. Fucking dead.
She is dead.
It's my way of honouring it.
What did you think? What was your initial thought?
Am I out of
when
the
Queen
clip?
died?
I fucking.
Oh, yep, I am. There, I'm out of it. There we go.
I didn't give a shit, but because I'm a provocateur of sorts.
That doesn't shock me.
Yeah, and then everybody got mad.
Yeah, a lot of people got really mad about it, but generally on the premise of you shouldn't disrespect dead people, which I'm like, yeah, I see that argument. I always see it. I think it's one of those ones that you're allowed to just have an opinion on. I don't think there's an objective answer to that question.
I just thought Hasan acted incredibly inappropriately.
Just there?
Yeah.
Oh.
This incredible.
You're the only one who's tall enough to like. Should probably.
Uncle was like, "Excuse me, no, it is disrespectful." Shit. Incredibly privileged life. Like I'm sure she'll be. Austin, stop trying to move away from the camera, dog. I'm trying to fucking put you in the frame.
Well, then straighten it out.
It is. You have it on a very weird angle.
Hi,
this
Fifi.
fucking dog is the best, by the way. I love this fucking dog.
All right, let's see what this is. I got something from.
You're a good girl.
Send me a pack.
Oh, they're gonna love me. Left this camera. Yeah, it's left. This camera's heavy left leaning. Holy shit! Look at that shit. Got it on a fucking angle. 45 degrees.
All right, you want to fix it, Austin?
What? Yeah, I got you.
Jack, you fix it, Jack. Fix it.
Small. You need like a pair of pliers for this shit. That's too hard. Not tightened the fucking bracket enough. Yeah, this is awful.
God, bro.
Why would you not tighten this more though? And like, I can't do it with my fucking hands because it's such a thing. It needs like.
I'm gonna clean up the trash here.
It's swinging. Why is it? It's moving actively right now.
What is this thing? Send me a carbon black Xbox controller.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Your camera's literally swinging. Why is it doing that?
And a multiverses dance. It's actually sick.
Oh wait, that is kind of. Oh, okay, that's gas.
It's not gonna fit me though.
What size is it? Oh, fucking hell, no, that'd be big for me.
Yeah, but you're supposed to wear these kind of.
Yeah, but it'll be. Oh, actually, wait. Maybe it will fit me. That's fucking tiny.
Who do they make this for? The body fits.
Wait. If it fits me, bear in mind I'm usually a small. If this shit fits me because it looks not bad, I'll be shocked.
I'm so mad right now. This is such a sick jacket.
It is. Wait. Oh, it's cool too. You're like actually missing out.
It's supposed to be a.
Oh, it fits you. It'll be too big for me then. I'm about to look like a child. This guy wants to fucking pose, pull some chat
You just
faces
fixed
and shit.
it. Oh, dude, what are you doing? You know how to do it. No, what are you doing? You're brute forcing it. You are literally the worst. Oh my god.
You can pay for it. You can pay for it. Hey, band.
I have this.
Jack first. Let him try it, and then if he
try
doesn't,
it.
he asked for it first.
Oh, okay, so Jack, you can have it if it fits.
It probably won't. Also, I don't really wear denim jacket. Oh, it's gonna be big.
No, that's supposed. It's supposed to be like.
It's gonna
that.
be big.
Jack, that fits you.
Yes, bro. It's supposed to be big.
A little big.
It's supposed to. You're supposed to wear that big. I mean, but if you don't want it, then give it to Austin.
I think it fits him better. Jack, what do we think? Do I look like a child, or does it actually fit?
I don't know why people don't understand. Like, it is literally supposed to be big. It is supposed to be big.
It
I
is
don't know.
supposed to be big. There's a level at which, like, I think it's fucking huge.
So sick.
It is sick.
Holy
I'm kind of
shit.
bummed.
No. I got one. I've got like one that fits. I do have a denim jacket.
You claimed
that
it
fits.
first, but
I'll put my sweatshirt
Son,
on.
What the fuck am I gonna do framing that shit, dude? What are you, crazy? Yeah, no, I'm not framing that. Jack be like.
Yeah, that's literally how it fucking looks.
No.
I've always thought you looked straight. I think you were one of the first people I was ever shocked to find
Really?
out were
Did
gay.
you find out I was gay?
Yeah.
And I'm the gayest person.
No. And then promptly I realized that I was an idiot. But then. Like,
No, I mean, I did. We all. I mean, it's very. Coming.
I've not had that with too many people.
Austin, can you fix the camera? Now that you broke it,
let me crank
you don't know how to fucking do that, do you?
Crank
Don't drop. It'll drop. It'll drop the whole thing. You have to hold it. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean?
I don't know. Look at the fucking framing. There's a viewfinder on the camera. You can look. Yeah, this is
that's
a great angle. You did a real fast.
Austin, you did such a good job, man.
That will fucking. Oh, that's too high. That's not bad. That's not too bad. It's swinging again. Why is the fucking thing swinging?
This jacket is sick.
On the wall. That's why.
Who gave you this jacket?
Multiverses sent it to me.
Wait, who's that?
The game.
Oh.
Multiverses.
They really wanted you to wear
You
this,
risen
too.
up the queen.
Risen up the queen.
They really wanted you to wear this, and they sent this to you to open it up on stream only for AustinShow to put it on.
I mean, it doesn't fit me, so it's not my fault.
We had like a whole dedicated. We had a whole dedicated bit to that jacket for like 5-10 minutes. They've done fine. They've done well.
So upset.
You really went on there like, you feel me, right? Braun. Yesterday, we taped the episode of The Shot with Kanye West. Kanye was booked weeks ago, and after talking to Kanye directly the day before we taped, I believed he was capable of respectful discussion, and he was ready to address all of his recent comments. Unfortunately, he used the shop to reiterate more hate speech and extremely dangerous stereotypes.
Yikes.
No fucking way. LeBron's still the GOAT. Literally still the fucking GOAT, dude. Straight up. Common LeBron W. There you go. Makes sense. I do still want to see it, though. That would be fire to see. I would like to see that leaked. It would be crazy. It would go crazy.
I wouldn't be shocked if it does get leaked. I think the intrigue.
3 dudes reviewing random bullshit. This is cringe. Yeah. Well, you're watching a Twitch stream, my man.
Bro, what are you doing?
Which X is the best in bed ranking?
Oh, let's go.
Strongly disagree.
Somewhat agree.
Somewhat disagree.
I would agree.
Disagree.
We brought together 6 exes who all dated this guy.
Hey, I'm Josh.
And had them rank each other based on how good they think they were in
Wait,
bed.
they all dated him?
They all dated Josh.
I had a pretty bad experience.
Okay. Then
Wait, is
we
he
had
bi?
their ex rearrange them by
No,
how
he
good
just
they
fucks
actually
dudes.
were.
What?
I'm curious what the guys think versus the girls.
Yeah, no, there will, I'm sure there'll be a difference. I'm sure there'll be like I think if you were to take averages, the guy's average and the girl's average will be like.
I love that you were surprised. You're like, he's bi? Yeah. No, they just have random.
No, they just have guys and girls there for no reason.
I just didn't. You know what? I love it. I think it's great. I support all spectrums of
This
sexuality.
is ranking.
Austin said, Austin is biphobic. By exclusion.
Fuck yeah. Wait, he had sex with all these people.
Hey, I'm Josh.
Hey, Josh.
What are you struggling with?
Hi, I'm
No, I
Brian.
love it.
Josh
It's great.
6. I'm Sam.
I'm Samantha.
I'm like excited. I'm more excited for the video.
Okay.
Josh's ex.
I'm Antonio.
How do you guys feel like Josh is gonna rank you guys?
I think Josh is gonna be a little
This
bit.
is the broadest range, by the way.
Well, that's what I was saying.
It's kind of crazy.
It's
like,
awesome.
He definitely has no type. Okay. But also, I feel like he got with.
I disagree.
I was gonna say he got with better looking dudes, but also, no, never
Actually,
mind.
no, I'm with you. I think he did get with better looking dudes.
I mean, this dude is like a cut above everybody else
Yeah, no,
here
that dude's
in looks.
Pretty good looking.
Good
Go on the far
looking dude.
left.
I think the cutest dude is. Well, let's see. I'll make that judgment in a second.
Samantha. I'm April.
Okay.
I'm Jessley. I'm Josh's ex.
I'm Antonio.
How do you guys feel like Josh
What?
is gonna rank you guys?
Okay, Antonio's doing a fake voice. I'm Antonio.
I think Josh is gonna be a little bit more like an emotional card, like connection.
I think Josh is like based on how much fun he has.
Me personally, I have a high ego, so I feel like not only will he keep my ego up,
He sounds
but
like
he'll
a
also
fucking
explain-
YouTuber, and I can't put my finger on it.
No,
Hasan, would you quit pausing every second?
He's just. I can't. I have to address it. This is a fake voice.
Oh, it's like critical. It sounds roughly like critical.
No, but he sounds like someone trying to do Moist Critical.
Yeah, no,
voice.
he does. I
Hasan,
agree with
we've
you.
gotten to the minute of the fucking video.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at my
next
exes.
steps is that I'm going to take Josh out of here.
It was all pretty much just wet pussy farts.
You know about fake voices, huh? Wait, what?
I'm scared. We all see each other naked, so
What does
it's
that
like,
even
that's
mean?
what's weird about it.
That guy just blindly angry and tried to target me, but just didn't put.
Should we talk about how we first met, Josh?
Oh
Yeah.
I'm a gardener, and I would always see Josh walk by when I was outside in the front yard.
I met him at my job. I worked at Dunkin' Donuts, and he'd just
I
come
think
in
the
a
blonde
lot.
guy's
And
cute.
then I would just see him more frequently coming in, and then we just started talking more and more. I've known him for a long time,
I think
too.
Josh isn't bad
Went to school
himself.
together.
Josh
We were
himself
each other's
isn't bad.
firsts.
Josh is bad.
I think the blonde
We're
guy,
at the
however,
same
is the least
concert,
attractive of
and
the three
then my
dudes.
ride
I'm
unfortunately
straight.
bailed on me,
Take it with a grain of
and
salt,
Josh
but
was like,
I
oh,
just
hey,
objectively
like,
looking
I
at
can
it.
take you home. Yeah, and then we just continued talking after that.
One day,
they're all
while being in
fun.
the same class as Josh, we were partnered up together. And through that, Josh's personality just kind of like swept me off my feet. With him, I thought I officially could call him my first friend until I found out that he cheated on me. I gave him a second chance of being my friend because of the connections that we had. Having to relive that, I would like to be the bigger man, and I would like to be friends with him.
I think based off
very
what
attractive.
we think or how good we thought it was, that's how we can tell what Josh thought, maybe.
Yeah.
So like, who actually had a good experience? Or that sounds bad.
Okay.
But who had good experiences
I think-
with Josh?
okay,
Like,
I
look at the range, dude. This guy's like cool as fuck. Look at the way he's dressed, and then this guy's wearing flip flops with like Birkenstock socks or whatever.
I think I had like the best experience, but
Is
I
that-
don't think it, like I was.
that's your
had,
dude?
like, the
That's
worst
your guy?
experience. Like I had pretty good.
I didn't
experience.
look.
Were we all off and on?
When Hasan puts it in
I was off and
context,
on with it. Were you guys off and on?
I was
Or was
on
it just
them.
like one?
if you would dress a little better.
I wasn't off and on.
Josh was a fling, man.
Okay, so who thinks they had like the worst experience with Josh?
I had a pretty bad experience.
Okay.
This guy's just like a dick.
Okay, do you guys want to like compare so let me know like?
With me, this dude, every time we would, you know, he would be tensed up.
He's so stiff. He's so
Tensed.
What the fuck? Like Josh is like
Is it
really
just bad
awkward.
for everyone?
Is
tense
I don't
worse
wanna
than
say exact-
crying?
This happened to me.
He
when I was
cried?
singing in the morning. That's all I'm gonna say. That if I saw this video, you would not see me the day afterwards.
You would
Ever.
never. I would never. At gunpoint, I wouldn't like allow this to happen.
No, absolutely. I would say shoot me because I would. Oh, I'm feeling embarrassment like quite intensely for him. But secondhand
this is
embarrassment
crazy.
is strong here.
Why would you? How would you get all your exes in one place to just shit on
And
you
they're all
like that?
mocking you for like fucking
Josh
stiff.
cried.
Oh,
It was my
no.
first time with a guy because I was exploring things. He cried afterwards.
With our relationship, we converted our relationship into fundings. We did that for like a couple 4 months. I hope this isn't too personal, but first we started with feet pics, and then
People who do like
What?
send feet,
They
like
started with feet pics. That was it.
They're better
that's
at
enjoy.
sex.
Yeah, like
Statistically speaking,
Also,
people
like-
who send feet pics are better at sex.
you,
What?
You do research
Where
on
did
that?
you
I
get
think I
that
should go-
stat, my guy?
That's just made up. That is literally a
That's
what?
That's a made up stat.
It's a self-report. He's a foot guy.
Yeah, that's a fucking made up stat he made up to get more feet pics.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, dude. I've
Like,
heard that like
babe, I'm just saying, if you send me feet pics, you're probably statistically better at sex.
yeah, I heard that like people that watch anime after a long day of Twitch
You're
streaming.
probably statistically better at sex.
Let me tell you, folks, many great people have told me this. People who send me pictures of their toes, wiggling little toes, are better at sex. They're better in the bedroom. And I
My
think-
daughter Ivanka has fantastic feet, believe me. I would love to get pictures of my daughter's feet if she wasn't my daughter.
If she wasn't my daughter, I'd be taking very many pictures of those piggies. Let me tell you that, folks. Those dogs are beautiful.
Oh my god.
I think I want to switch with you. Yeah. Okay.
I'll back you up with me too. The best way to collectively gauge where we're at is how many bad experiences we had with him,
Jesus
and then
Christ.
whoever has the most, obviously, is in the last.
I'm like a really awkward person. Like I laugh and like when I'm in uncomfortable situations, you know. And there was like a time like after we had sex, and it was like just like silence, and I just started laughing, and I felt so bad about it. I feel like that kind
Oh,
of
no.
ruined it. So maybe I want.
That's funny.
She laughed in bed.
Like it was just awkward.
You think that's like a complete no-go?
I feel like I definitely.
I
hope
laugh in
Josh
bed.
explores
I've
sexual
been not
Generally,
laughed
he had a
at,
good
but, like,
time, so
a
I would
funny
put
moment
myself
was
higher.
happening
Okay.
while I'm having sex.
I've laughed after coming, and my partner. No,
That's
but like,
good.
no,
That's a new one.
but like, not like a haha, like it's so funny type of
I'll
thing.
tell you
I feel elated.
like a giddy laugh.
Yeah.
I've been like jerking off with a guy. Sorry, excuse me, that's a little vulgar.
But why?
It's fine.
But I've been jerking off with a guy and
We're
been
talking about
so,
having sex, man.
been so stoned that like I right before I'm about to finish, I start hysterically laughing because the intensity is too much.
And you just laugh.
And we
That's
both
funny.
just start laughing.
Wait, laughing before you finish? That's crazy. I've laughed.
No,
after.
it's because it's
Nobody
so
was-
intense. It's so intense.
Like a real
Like it's so intense, and you're trying to focus, and it's so intense you just start busting out laughing.
And you start busting too. I mean, you bust in every sense.
No, you can't. You can't. Yeah.
You can't have
busting.
busted.
Oh, you
his ass did
Wait,
not bust.
you
His ass did not bust.
I've not been able to bust because I can't stop laughing.
I thought you were about to dump on us then. You were like, I have not been able to bust in years.
Is this how gay people have sex?
No. Well,
They get high and jerk off.
sometimes with guys, you just fucking jerk off together, and it's great. Sometimes you sit and watch porn together. Sometimes you jerk off together.
Boys being boys. Biphobic Austin. When you tell Austin you're bi. It's true.
You were astounded. You were absolutely astounded.
No.
Fucking hell.
Okay, do you want to switch? Where do you want to go?
I'll go next to Pablo.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'll push you guys down.
I'm
confident.
Dude, you just said that like you had like it was.
Okay.
Yeah, you said you were the worst one.
So it was bad sometimes,
For-
but it was good other times.
I do see myself at the top because.
Are you
yes,
thinking of just you yourself at the top, or your
which,
relationship with
position he
Josh
was
at the
in,
top?
you know what I'm saying?
I feel like you're just thinking of you because
I'm
you have
including both, like how I said I do have a high
was
ego,
he
but I am
topping? Was he
including both.
bottoming?
But you have to
I'm
think about what
curious,
Josh
'cause I think
thinks, and
that
if he
changes
cheated on
things.
you,
Like I don't think that this is like an accurate with the guys.
Not him. What they were saying. I was still tuned into.
Yeah,
the video.
Austin was just talking over the video. I wasn't listening.
With the guy, with the guys, like was he a bottom or a top? Because their experience, he could be a better top or a better bottom, and they.
Oh,
could have
here
had
we
different-
go. The fucking selfish bottoms
No,
once
but-
again.
No, there's
Talking
shit
about
Am I right here?
He
a
was saying
selfish
he thinks
top.
he's at the top, and the girl turns to him and goes, "Are you sure?" Because like it's all based on his experience, and he did cheat on you. And I was like, "Shit! Oh, fucking hell! Don't
Yeah.
spare his
Okay.
feelings."
All right,
She did dagger him a little bit.
That fucking
Did he
that's gotta
really?
hurt, man. That shit's gotta fucking hurt.
Yeah.
really value that relationship. I think that part was really confusing to me. He still thought of his relationship with Josh so like high.
It was pretty
Delusional, bro.
difficult to communicate with Josh. Like I'd try to, it'd just be kind of awkward. Like he'd just like brush it aside, and it was like hard to be vulnerable.
I completely disagree with that because with the conversations that him and I had, we're pretty sentimental, which was another reason why I gave Josh a second opportunity of him being my friend.
It feels like difficult to like hear that because like
Back to the moist meter. Today we're going to be
okay,
looking
sorry.
at
Like I tried really
squirting
hard,
pussies.
and then it just like to hear
So
that
hot.
it was like that with other people.
Aw.
I had a whole picture painted of Josh. I was
Yeah.
like pretty
didn't catch that
overwhelmed, and
What did she
I
She said it's hard to hear someone else say that they had like a good relationship and an
Oh.
emotional connection with Josh because it was so hard for me to do that, to
Shit.
achieve that.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oh, that is sad actually.
Especially someone with a
that
fake
hurts
voice.
a lot.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
Especially someone who's like very clearly trying to do this kind of voice.
I mean, I think I
That's
have
pretty
him.
cool.
That
Yeah.
guy is super hot.
He is very good
He's
looking.
good looking.
So
though.
good.
Absolutely.
Look at his
I
eyes.
started getting like teary-eyed talking
Beautiful
about it.
eyes.
Do you think this is what Josh would rank us?
I think we're okay where we're sitting.
Yeah, I
then.
think
Yeah.
You're locking it in.
He's very confident.
He should be.
Josh now ranks his exes from worst to best in bed.
Oh, it's interesting order. So first of all, I think me and you both know like what I'm gonna do here. Sam, can you come to the back? You gotta switch back.
Okay.
Damn! I mean, he is wearing the fucking.
I don't know. It's
socks,
like
Sam.
when you were in here talking to them, you explained like.
I told them we had a nuanced relationship and that
Yeah.
sometimes it was.
Also, it was his
better than
first time.
others.
That's not
Did
really
you have an
fair.
idea of what you were gonna do when you came in here?
That's
This
so
is the-
awkward, dude. Dude, what the fuck? This is brutal as
No,
hell.
this shit is
No, but
fucking.
him
agony.
in the back though, like it was his first time, right? That's what he said. It was like his first sexual experience. He was
No, with a
experimenting.
dude. I think with a dude. Not necessarily his first. sexual
Yeah, but
experience
still with a
himself.
dude, there's still a lot of it's it's
Jubilee,
still hard to-
Jubilee
harder
is
to
fucking
figure out.
crazy, dude.
Only idea I had so far, kind of. So,
I don't need to say anything more. It was terrible.
I'm gonna have April like go to the front a little bit so I can
Okay.
think about that. Like
Where?
maybe next to Pablo,
Okay.
Juan Antonio, whatever name you want to use. I'm gonna have Pablo come down right here. Okay. I'm gonna have you two switch places.
Us two?
Yeah. Jessie.
Oh, he's
He's like
our
us.
whole
two.
thing.
Yeah.
We were like,
I would
well,
opt
like,
to put myself in the
it's
See,
kinda
he can't
weird.
give me. Oh my god.
If
It's
I
kind of
don't,
weird when it comes to us
I
too.
feel
Like,
good. If
No,
I
cause
don't, at least I
no,
know.
cause okay.
You know, that's the best way to do it. You just put yourself at the bottom, and then you either get like oh well I was right, or oh I was better than I thought. That's the way. That's the play here.
Dude, I would never be able to. Out of like,
You could be
out of respect to like all of my past relationships. Like I wouldn't be able to rank them. You know what I mean?
Oh, you'd feel like a dick.
You're just burning all these bridges.
Yeah, this motherfucker has no issue doing it, but like I could not do that.
However, I'm gonna say this. In your head, could you do it though? Like in your head, could you do it?
I don't even think I could in my head.
Okay, well
and not even out of respect. Like I'm legit thinking about it, and it's like it has a lot more to do with my performance, I think, in bed than anyone else's. And like the less experienced I was, I would probably rank it worse overall.
Would you just say you got better with time?
Yeah, I think I got better with time. I figured out what I like more. I figured out what my partners would like more. I figured out communication. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But ultimately,
Too many partners.
Ultimately, like, no, I'm not even thinking about like random sex. That would be crazy. I would never be able to. Yeah, there are too many partners.
This guy just like, I have a lot of sex.
Dream and George.
It's only about sex for you? What the fuck do you mean? Which ex is the best in bed is the question. Who's calling you? Dream?
Like we're just, yeah.
You can't. You,
Personally,
no. You still can't communicate. No, that's my thing. Okay.
Oh, tiny little legs. Don't say that. He's gonna get so. He's
I
gonna get.
said it quietly. You have like legs the size of mine, which is bad because like I'm skinny all over.
I have skinny legs.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
It's okay. You're okay. Oh wow.
You still can't communicate, and that's like so like annoying.
Sorry.
Of course, I'm gonna have a big reaction because till this day he's still not communicating with me. I felt like we got nowhere.
There was hostility. They have every right to like be mad at me, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna switch Pablo and Brian.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, this motherfucker.
I think
he's up.
You're a good person, right?
I would be
it's just
gassed if I
sometimes
was
things
that
don't
guy.
always work out with people. Brian's pretty good. Like I can't like show you, but that'd be bad.
I guess you liked me. Or you liked it.
It?
I think I might
know,
switch
his
you two
penis.
actually.
Me and Pablo?
Yeah.
Dang. No, you're making Pablo have a big head again.
April, we know.
Why is he?
I don't even have to move you that
Name
much. Like, you were
changed.
already up there.
It was Antonio.
I think when we started. I don't know if did you tell them like our virginity stuff? That was a long story.
I didn't go into details. I just said we were each other's first.
So that's why I kind of like rank her more. I don't know. I know that's unfair. It's just like that's how I think about things. I think I'm gonna keep Sam definitely right here.
You haven't explained it. I mean, it was bad.
Check up on Sam after this.
I told everyone that it was my first time.
It wasn't mine.
Oh my God.
Yeah, maybe switch Brian and Pablo actually.
Thank you.
Then this is good. This is
Dude
good.
said thank you. He's like, nah.
No, like,
You cheated on Pablo.
okay, so it is kind of like I do feel bad though, but at the same time like it was my
You
fault.
should.
I like.
It wasn't your fault that you cheated? What?
We don't have to get into that like that because I just can stay there. Like that's a long story. But personally, I think
I didn't need
this
that
is
thing.
good for me. Like I don't want to move anything. This is a good learning lesson. Being in a room with people I've seen you guys naked. You guys haven't seen each other naked.
Okay,
But I think this is a good learning lesson here. Like,
I think it taught us that you are kind of like a big red flag.
oh,
Yeah.
really?
You just like
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have a lot of things you need to work on.
I like her. I feel like she did what I couldn't do.
Yeah,
You really do.
Like a lot.
That's okay.
Like, what made you think that?
Like maybe don't cheat on people. Maybe learn how to communicate your feelings.
What did this experience teach you?
I'm really all over the place, and I need to like fix that. Like, if someone's gonna enter my life, I need to make sure like everything's got a strong foundation. Because personally, like I made some
That's good.
mistakes, and they did too. I should change things. Obviously, I need to change some
I
things.
got some
Am
fucking
I still
gym
allowed to
shit I
move
need to
people?
do. I did
I'm
that
gonna
today.
give you 2 minutes to lock this in.
Okay, I'm gonna switch you two again.
Again?
Yeah.
Can you mute? Ask you.
I'm sorry. Personally,
We're
the thing
back.
I'm
We're
into,
talking about evil
these
things,
people
very
get
terrible
into the
things.
more, like,
Things we would get
submissiveness,
canceled
I guess,
for.
Like, I don't know, aggressiveness comes into play kind of. I don't really want to dive into that. Like, those are like things people like in bed. They play into that role more than you guys, I guess.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I get
Yeah.
that.
Now, I'm good with this now.
Oh, they were very wrong. They were
Josh, there
absolutely
is
very
a
wrong.
little extra surprise. I asked all of your exes to rank you on a scale of 1 to 10.
Extra surprise. Like it wasn't good enough.
Gave you a 2.
Oh, wow, really?
Oh, Jessley gave you a 6.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's sad.
He's a 2. Samantha gave you a 6. Pablo gave you a 6.5.
Oh, really?
Brian gave you a 7. April gave you a 6.
Yeah.
God
There's
damn.
like a thing going on there.
Josh's average 5.5 out of 10. He's just slightly above
How do you
average,
feel now that they've given you a ranking?
I mean, ranking them was fun, but I know how it feels now, like being in their shoes.
Damn,
That
he's
kinda
hurt.
sucked.
Me and Josh, we grew together, and it's
She really
important to learn
fucking
from the mistakes,
cares about
not
him
just
still.
criticize
That- not
them.
her,
if you're
there's another
emotionally
girl.
immature, or
I feel bad
if
for her.
you were not in the best place when you were together, take that and make yourself better.
I still like you, Josh, even though you gave me a 2.
God damn.
I'm mad at you though. Hi, Eric.
That is
No,
that
no,
is
this
crazy.
motherfucker,
We're
I
not
don't
doing
wanna
that.
see
No,
him.
we're not doing that. We're ending it now.
Okay.
All right, guys. Instead of the top of the hour, I'm gonna run a 3-minute ad break here. We're gonna end the stream. And you know, that's it. That's it for today. Thank you so much, JackManifold, for coming on the broadcast.
course.
You didn't have to, by the way. You
I came and sat for the whole fucking thing.
I didn't realize you were gonna. I didn't realize you were gonna do that. I didn't realize that Austin was gonna come too. This has been a blissful, joyful day full of friends showing up.
Hey, I'm here all fucking week, bro. I'll just stick my head in whenever.
All
I'll
right.
leave you to it though. You know more about politics than me. These people want to know politics, so I'll leave you to it.
And it's Will's merch day today. I also have a merch coming out this week as well. Himbo Fitness is going to be releasing later this week. Will's merch is releasing today. Love you guys. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, Himbo Fitness merch is coming out finally. Also, thank you, Austin. Thank you for being on the broadcast as well. There, speak on the fucking microphone. Speak into the microphone.
I'll be back tomorrow. I'm on a Hasan Piker AustinShow residency at the Hasan Piker house.
Hell yeah.
I'm doing a 2-day residency. So I'll be back tomorrow as well to fulfill the last day of my contract.
All right, everybody.
Fuck it, I might stick my head in as well. Fuck it, why not? I mean, I'm here. I got nothing better to do, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's easy. It's natural.
All right. Bye, everybody.